Maybe you did that.
Check one, check two, check one, check two. Turn that camera for me just a little bit,
Yes, it's not alcoholic. It's not.
Yep, right there.
Let's go.
All right. My nigga's big C out. I don't know. We gonna see his head get in there. Should we pull up? All right, we in here, dog. You good?
Hell yeah, I'm good. I'm smooth. You good?
smooth?
He almost took down some liquor bottles.
No, I almost took down some liquor bottles
Almost
for
took
real.
down himself.
No bullshit, man.
You know what I'm saying? But you made it, dog.
We made it, dog. All right, we in this thing, dog. Let's get to it, man. My whole gang not here yet. Angry Principal is walking around right now, but I got my man Shad in the building.
Oh yeah, you already know what it is,
Take
man.
my man Bo place. We in here though. Here come Angry Principal.
What
now.
up, Bo?
He gonna be on camera. You see him right there on camera anyway, so he gonna hold that down. Gonna hold it down for my man Bo. But we are broadcasting live from downtown at the downtown DoubleTree doing the Taste of Black Spirits Detroit. So we in Detroit for the Taste of Black Spirits. This is the experience that you gonna see all of the black liquor owners ever in life. All right, well not all of them, but
A lot of them, though.
a lot of them, though. So we got featuring E-40 tonight. So E-40 is in the building with the On One wine brand. Kind of hyped to see what that's about because I already know that the Earl Stevens is legit. So the On One gonna have to be pretty cold too. Just so you can see what we're talking about, we got a live view from inside the joint here. It's a bottle in the way, but it's all good. But you can see people at the bar right there. You know what I'm saying?
What's the name of E-40 liquor again?
The wine is what's it called?
Earl Stevens.
On One.
On One, okay.
It's a new wine. Yeah, it's a new wine.
Okay. Because it looked like, because I had was looking, it was like some sort of L. I thought that's just a.
Oh, that was Luxor. That's over there. That's
Luxor.
not his. Now, he do got a brand though.
Okay.
It's the cognac we was drinking. God damn it, what's the name of it? Shit, we had it at the house. Damn, I can't think of the name of this fucking cognac.
You got cognac?
Yeah, it's cognac. We didn't have it before. We haven't, not the Nyak, but the other shit. Damn.
Don't give me a line.
I know, man. I can't think of it.
I want to say, yeah, because you got it on at the bar, at the crib.
At the bar, at the crib, yeah, because we got all black spirits in the bar. You feel me? They at the bar right now serving up, so y'all see right down there in the lower left hand or in the lower.
I'm gonna ask you then, man. I asked both of y'all gentlemen. Do you remember the first liquor you ever had, and how old were you?
The first liquor I ever had was motherfucking Parmesan, dog. I was 16. My mama had some Parmesan and she let me have some. And I ain't gonna lie, for a long time, I was drinking Parmesan, dog. Like that shit was good, bro. Like I'm so over that right now. Let me stay focused. let me pull my camera up, dog. Let me stay focused, dog. There's a lot going on here, dog. But yeah, Parmesan, that was my first one, dog.
What about you, Angry Principal, man?
First one.
First liquor. Amaretto sour? Oh, okay.
Straight up Amaretto.
21.
21?
Yeah, that's 21. I didn't drink until I was 21.
Yeah. My first one, I was a month away from being 22, and we had some Belvedere. We had Belvedere. Shout out to Reg and Weeds. We was necking it, pause, and we just passing it around, man. And I was scared to drink. And then at one particular time, I said, "Forget it." Had me a drink, and yeah, it was good. It was cool. Now, what was the drink that you felt like? Okay, I graduated from drinking this bullshit, and I got some real liquor that I should be, drinking as an adult.
Now you asking an Angry Principal because I got 3 graduations.
Okay.
So if you actually, that nigga probably got 1. I got 3.
What was your graduation drink?
All right, so one day I was stopping at a restaurant called Rusty Bucket.
Rusty Bucket, yeah, for sure.
And I was sitting there waiting on the food.
Yeah.
And sitting at the bar, and I said, well, let me have some bourbon and ginger ale.
Okay.
And the bartender was like, don't mess it up like that.
Right.
I said, what you mean? He said, just take it straight.
Yeah.
All right, so I tried it straight. That was it. Wolf Reserve.
Wolf Reserve.
That was Papa Cherry right there.
That was your one graduation.
That was it.
You been up since?
It's been right there ever since.
Like I said, I done had several graduations. So the first one, again, so I think more than 3. So the first one, like I said, had Parmesan. What I felt was graduation was E&J VSOP, right? Still terrible, right? But it's E&J though, right? So that was my graduation to that. So then after after that, we went to the Henny, of course. So Hennessy was that graduation. And then after that, I graduated to tequila, so I was doing 1800. So I thought 1800 was the shit. That was the graduation. So then I went back to cognac, but I went to Remy, right?
Okay.
So then after that, that's when I was introduced to Knob Creek whiskey, right? So that was the graduation to that. Then after that, he started introducing me to whiskeys over 100 proof. I think the first one I fell in love with was Wild Turkey 101. So that was my final graduation right there. So I've been through a whole process. And then since then, we had 149 proof, which is illegal to sell. So,
but some of the best stuff I've ever had.
No, it is. Shout out to Geezer Deluxe, bro.
Because mine was, like I said, we were drinking Seagram gin for a long time. We used to drinking to get drunk. And then I graduated to 1800. That's when I felt like we was getting a couple dollars in our pocket. We had jobs. And which I think I felt like I was the top notch dude when we were drinking that white Hennessy.
Oh, we did have white Hennessy.
Yeah, white
That when people had to go on the cruise to get it. Yeah.
White Hennessy. And when I started, you know what I'm saying, when y'all started drinking bourbon whiskey, when I started knowing y'all to drink it, I think the first thing I had was the Maker's Mark.
Okay.
So yeah, it was like my graduation drink to drinking like some real adult type liquors. It was Maker's Mark and Elijah Craig.
Elijah Craig is good juice. Good juice.
It is.
Now we got a few black spirits here, obviously that we've already reviewed on the show. So I'm kind of excited to be able to sit down and talk to them. Glenn is here from John Lee Hooker Legacy Spirits, which is actually introducing three new expressions. I think this month in October. Well, in October, so it's not October yet. But those three are being released. And I think he has some taste testers for us. So they haven't been released yet. But once he gives us those taste testers, we go, review and see how it is.
Is it cool if I do a mic like this?
Yeah, it's fine.
How honest are you? Honest with people? Like they write your face if you already feeling the drink. Are y'all being honest with them? Like,
oh no, for sure.
Always.
I mean, to the point where, like, I mean, we're honest on the show too, though. That's why last year I got pulled to the side. Bro saw me in the hallway, was like, "Hey, cuz." Like we had a whole conversation. I'm fine with that because the things that I don't like, I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. I'm gonna tell you why. Exactly. I'm gonna tell you why.
And I think it's all subjective. It's all what your taste palate is.
It is.
Because you don't like sweet.
I can't stand sweet. If you give me flavored, I'm not doing it. So, certain things I'm not touching.
I agree, except I do fuck with the Jack Honey though for whatever reason. I don't know why.
And it's all yours. It's still sitting in my house now.
No, for sure.
I will not touch it. Anybody who wants to come over and have it, it's all yours. I'm not touching it.
It's not bad.
It's that bad.
Shout out to everybody who's checking us out right now. Again, we are broadcasting live at the Taste of Black Spirits Detroit, man. Just ran into E-40 in the other room. He's here with the On One brand for his new wine that's dropping. You still got time. We're going down until 10. You can pull up, dog. Go to tasteofblackspirits.com and grab you a couple of tickets and pull up on us right now. We're going to interview a few people. We're going to do a little drinking. I'm going to drink some water now that I stopped sweating.
Let me ask y'all this real quick before somebody comes to the table. At what age were you mature enough to be like, okay, I'm drinking to get a nice buzz, I'm not drinking to get drunk? Because when you young, you drink to get drunk.
It took me a lot of years. Probably like last summer.
That's a lot of years.
Probably like no, seriously, I think that honestly, I think that going to so it's still wasn't that long ago. I think going to Colorado, so that was 2016. So yeah, that was almost 10 years ago. I think is when I finally got to the point where I'm gonna drink to
catch a little buzz
and to like really see what it tastes like. And the reason being is because being in Colorado, the air is so thin, like it's so easy to get drunk. Like it don't take a lot. So it really forced me to be able to like let me enjoy this drink instead of just drinking to get drunk. So yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I think once you get to the bourbons, you gotta be like that because you can't really just be drinking that to be drunk. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now the Hennessy and the tequila, especially tequila, like shooting that shit.
Yeah.
So a lot of stuff that you're not shooting, I think you start appreciating it better. Yeah, for sure.
Would you ever want to drink to get drunk?
It's always responsible drinking.
I don't think so because I genuinely wanted to see what stuff tastes like. I'm not saying to have me get drunk. Right. I'm just saying that wasn't my goal. It wasn't my goal. So, right. I don't think I ever was like that.
Yeah, I'm just wild getting drunk. Like, Yeah, man. Yeah, it took a while, man. It took a while.
I said it took a while.
It's a lot for me. Like it's just like after feeling like fucked up so much and just being like on your ass. It's like, all right, enough is enough.
No, after a while, you gotta understand that, like,
you a lie and say you're not gonna be getting drunk no more, but you continue to get drunk.
Yeah.
But it took me to about, I'll say 30s, just like just a sip.
right, just to sit.
You know what I'm saying? Sip and just like
So,
that.
I never go. You ready?
Yeah.
If you ready, we ready. Oh, you want to go get that? Oh, okay.
Get the bottle.
Yes.
Are you doing video?
Yes.
I get the bottle.
Alright, what's up? Alright, so it's my man Glenn. He going to get the new John Lee Hooker. We go review that live on camera today, dog. That's gonna be dope. So I guess like for y'all, so Shad, I know this is your first one. Well, no, it's not your first one. It's like a couple of years. Second time. What are you expecting though? Like, what are you expecting to see here? I know E-40 here. I think that's why a lot of people here.
No, I just want to kind of just get a different taster and stuff like that, man. Because like I said, I'm not as experienced as y'all with the whole whiskey bourbon. I know it's more than whiskey.
I was gonna say it's more than that. Just here.
But just to get the experience and just get the taste and get the story behind some of these liquors and stuff like that. Like I said, I'm just getting to this whole scene that y'all in.
Yeah.
And like I said, I really don't know too much about liquor. I just go off what y'all drink.
No, for
so I kind of want to just learn a little more and stuff like that, man. Because I know it's more than just drinking it. There's a whole story behind some
for
of these
sure.
liquors.
And that's what I like about it.
Now, one thing I'm impressed with this time is the showmanship in there. The displays are much more elaborate than they were the last few. So
You're right.
I've been impressed by that.
Because before it's kind of just like liquor on the table.
Yeah, it was the table and the person.
Yeah, you go. Yeah. So I kind of want to get the backstory on some of these liquor brands and stuff like that.
There are some very interesting stories for sure.
Because like you said, my man's with the 112, like that was
like why he did 112, for sure. And then just how it came about, I'll let him tell y'all the story again. But just about how his granddad is a hall, like he in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for his blues albums, and like he couldn't even read and shit, right? So he said he was asking him for some money one time when he was a kid, and he said he was gonna have a job for him, and that job was for him to go grab his mail and read it to him. So the whole time he thinking like, well, you know, he just trying to give me something to do so he can pay me, but really he couldn't read. Like that's crazy though. Like you get to the Hall of Fame, you creating this genius music, because if you going out to perform shit and you can't read and write, that's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
And he was able to do that and get to the Hall of Fame doing that quality work. So
man, that's dope.
Yeah, so that made me like it even more. And I know they said before like they wouldn't replace the bottle. I said it on the review that even at 112 I would have, just because like I was sold on the story. Not like with Fort Mose is decent, but the rye is fire though. The rye is fire. Now the original one is decent, but even that story of Fort Mose being the first area of freed slaves, right? So Fort Mose is important in that aspect. So it's stories involved in that shit. You know what I'm saying? So,
when you got like I know of course the high proof. I'm just laughing so much.
Oh, okay.
I know with like the proof.
I know what you laughing at. I know exactly what you laughing at. But anyway, go ahead.
I know the higher the proof, like the stronger the liquor is.
Yeah.
When it's so high, like you said, like something like 112, 149.
Now his was 149, the one from Geezer Deluxe, and it actually was decent though. Like it was as smooth as the 109.
Can you still enjoy it when it's that high in proof?
That one you could.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if everybody else is 149.
Let's say not pre 120. That's a hard one to enjoy when you first try it for the first time.
Yeah.
It's not until you have a couple sips off of it, then you're able to figure it out. But like that old Geezer, I mean, that Geezer Deluxe, that was 149 and couldn't tell.
No, you couldn't tell.
It was some of the most delicious stuff we ever had.
So when you can tell, it creep up on you?
No, I mean it's kind of regular. And when he say you can't tell, like the burn, the initial burn ain't that good.
Okay, gotcha.
Each one's different, because there's some 111s that are stronger tasting than some 120s.
Okay.
You know, it just depends on what your palate is and what that particular one does.
Now, another thing I want to ask y'all, when you got like aging liquor, like is the older the liquor the better? Is like if you got like, you know, say 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, as opposed to like a 20 years or something like that. If that makes sense to you.
It's
supposed to be.
Okay.
It's supposed to be.
It doesn't always work out that way.
Okay.
Yeah. And what I kind of understand is the way they, and this is, I don't want to get like super technical, but like kind of the way they set up the rick house, right? So the rick house is like this big ass barn where they keep all the barrels. So like it's levels to that shit. So like you figure some shit way upstairs, it's gonna get more heat, and like they probably gonna leave that one up there longer, and shit, right? But even if you got, let's say you got a 10-year down here and a 10-year up there, that one been hot for longer and shit. So it might have more wood shit in it.
Yeah.
So right, so that's still a 10-year though, right?
Yeah.
So you might get that 10-year and say, damn, this shit tastes like fucking oak. You know what I'm saying? And then this other one tastes like char. So like you just never know. So it kind of depends. What's going on, bro? You good?
You in the middle of something?
This my man's. We in the middle of this. If you get ready to sit down,
Oh, you want me to sit down?
if you want to,
Let's go.
yeah, you gotta sit down. We only got one microphone and shit though.
All right, you only got one where?
Yeah, right there.
This one?
Yeah, that's you right there. You can pull your seat right on over to it, dog. What's going on with you, dog?
Man, I'm loving this.
How you doing? How you
I
doing?
know, right? I know, right? This
glad, you know.
this half of my gang and shit, dog. This Angry Principal. This is Shy right here and shit, dog.
I'm the replacement.
The replacement, dog.
How you feel?
For sure. Let me get your camera in.
All right.
There we go. Let me add you in there. Oh, there we go. We got action. There it is. Yeah. Now, see, I done interviewed you once already, but I'm gonna let you introduce yourself to the people
You got
because
some
like
good stuff.
I did get some good stuff, though. We got
Do I
some
need
good
the
clips and
phones on?
everything.
I'm good. I'm good.
You can hear? As long as you can hear
I
us.
can hear you.
Okay, we good. We good. I'm just making sure all the levels good and shit. That's why I got my headphones
All right.
on.
And
dog.
we no visuals though, right now?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we right here. We on. We was just going live already. You know what I'm saying?
man.
See, you know we from the west side. See, I had to get it. I know we from the west side.
See, you know West Side.
I know we from the west side.
Joy Road, baby.
Little
Joy Road,
little cast tag. Y'all ain't gonna get into all that. I ain't gonna get into all that.
See, you know what it is.
Nah, for
Usually I'm
sure.
the only one from the west side on the panel. So.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. West Side. West Side.
No. East side all day.
It's dusty over there.
It's dusty.
It's the exact same word I use.
Dusty East Side. That's what we
Dusty
You know what I'm
east
saying.
side, dog.
I just appreciate y'all women. That's it, man.
Oh, yeah, I definitely appreciate y'all women.
from the East Side.
No, what's
Turn
up?
the camera for me a little bit. Yep. We good.
I got my woman from the east side. So I don't that much.
Okay, now I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Take it and clean it up a little bit.
I had to save her. That's
Wow.
That's all I told her.
He said clean her up.
I had to rescue her.
Hey, look, it's my sister.
Oh
I had to
man,
clean my sister. It's all good.
y'all crazy,
Your friend
man.
Charles, my guy. What up, though? What's poppin', man?
Yeah, we did the panel. You was on the panel with me yesterday.
Nah, for sure. You know, we got to have you sit down again, too, though.
Oh yeah, man, this guy.
program.
This guy.
I know.
I've been giving this guy money without even knowing it.
Without knowing
Buying
it.
lemon juice or whatever.
Buying lemon juice.
That's what I'm
Listen,
talking
man,
about. Let's
shoot,
keep
Hey,
man.
blend this shit in the blender. I bet you ain't know about that,
Man, I've been giving this man money for years. I had
For
no idea.
years.
Look. After going to Michigan, I used that to pay off my student loans, bro.
Now we talking about the lemon bottle, so this is the designer of the lemon bottles that we use now. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So I'll let you introduce yourself.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah,
We done bust out talking already.
All right, well, you want to start? You know, you ready?
Right
Yeah,
now.
we ready.
All right, cool.
We on. So we live.
Hey, well, I'm just happy to be back again.
Yeah, for sure.
To be, you know, my name is Dre Clemens. I'm a designer, entrepreneur, and inventor.
For sure.
Also professor too.
Yeah, don't forget about that, dog.
And don't forget about my music too. Man. Long history of music, you know.
Right, we got to the
Most
music.
Wanted, Houdini, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
He got a lot of shit going on, and he might not even mention it, but I just want to throw it out there. He also. Which one do I want to talk about? Do I want to talk about NASA, or do we want to talk about the Stevo Bomber? Let's talk about the Stevo
Stevo
Bomber.
Bomber, man. I just love that project.
Like he was a part of designing the Stevo Bomber, dog. How crazy?
Man.
This nigga from the West Side. I mean, like the nigga from Detroit. Like it's crazy. Like,
Look, I was trying to come up with something just in case people in the city start tripping. You know? So I wanted to, you know, because that's what I tell them. You don't know when you get hit by a bomb. By the time it hit you, it's too late. So you got a sneak attack on them. So the Stealth Bomber was good because what they brought me down there for was all about form development, right? Like, so how did they create a fighter plane that was a bomber that was so smooth that it couldn't be detected by radars.
Right.
So you have to know a certain level of geometry, mathematics, and aesthetic combined together.
a bunch of shit that I don't know.
Yeah.
He's talking about
And at the time, not many computers or technologies actually knew how to do it, so you have to actually be able to see it.
Right.
You actually have to be able to discern like when it changes.
Yeah.
It's like the easy way I can explain it to you is like, you know how when you go to a grocery store or something like that, you parked in this and they got your car, your hot car, and is small little parking spaces.
Right, yeah, for sure.
Right, you know, I mean, you know, when you're taking your ride, right? But you go to the store like Walmart or something, and you come out, and your car's way down, but you're like, oh shit, somebody dinged my door, right? You thinking somebody dinged your car.
Exactly.
By the time then when you get up to it, what's the first thing you do? You like, that's straight Detroit shit right there.
Yeah, it is.
Right? So you gonna test and see is it really
fucked up,
or is it just dirt?
Dirt.
Right? So it's amazing what the eye can see that far away, right? So if you can see a speck of dust, which is like microns or thousandths of a millimeter, then that's enough to send a signal back to a satellite or object detection system.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
So I had to show them how they can be within certain tolerances from patch to patch, geometry to geometry, and create the forms like that.
Damn. Hey, look, that's how I was
don't want to be
looking.
too technical, but you know what I mean. But that's my
That's
thing.
how I was looking for it. Nah, for sure.
Like,
Dog,
you know.
but how crazy is that though, right? Because like you at this time you're doing music.
Oh yeah.
So then like you go out there to do that, and then like tell them about how you even came up with the concept for the lemon bottle, or even why it came up.
Oh well, it came up because there was a couple of things happening at the time. It was owned by Cadbury Schweppes and Mott's, and I had been doing some work for Constar, which was a division of Crown Cork and Seal.
Gotcha.
So I was doing some work with them on like Ragu and Welch's Grape bottles and stuff like that. And they had also got wind of my early insight into the development of the Heineken K-can, the beer can, which I don't know if I even mentioned that last time we was talking, but that was one of the first ones. So they contacted me about what their vision was, but also there was going to be a new acquisition, which was Dr. Keurig and Dr. Pepper. Basically that there was going to be, and they needed a whole new identity because people were stealing their market through knockoffs.
Right.
So they were being knocked off. So they wanted a more difficult bottle to knock off. They wanted something that when you saw it, it speak quality. They wanted something that was attractive.
Right.
And they also wanted something. The reason that the bottle is shrink wrapped is because when you sit the lemon juice, and you guys notice if you sit it down there long enough, the heavier contents will seep to the bottle.
Right.
And the researchers said that made the product more unattractive.
Right.
When people open their refrigerator or the bartenders went to the thing, they usually shake it up. And so they didn't want to see that either.
Right.
So for me, that was some of the criteria early, and then it was about how can I make it sexy?
Right. No, for sure.
Right.
I know we talked about before. He may or may not have modeled the bottle off of a young lady. The one that he may or may not have modeled off of, he never divulged her name. So
I'm taking it to my grave right there.
Check yourself.
But for real, I mean, like the bottle itself, those were things that I wanted people to feel the contents and get the feeling of what was in it, and also make it so that it can be held a certain kind of way, handled a certain kind of way. That's why if you look at the luminous clothing, it's its own silhouette, and then the bottle has hips. Now those hips that people ask me about, those are actually functioning vacuum panels for the bottle, so that the bottle holds its shape under stress.
Oh shit, I really didn't know that. Now the lemon is important because we use a lot of that in mixing with our liquor. For sure. So that's why that was important to me. Now, of course, the other stuff is important too, like stealth bombers and NASA and shit, which he wouldn't ask no questions. He wouldn't ask no questions about UFOs, but I know he knows some shit. He just won't say it.
But the design, I mean, I get people that are in the spirits business have always called me for years. People that are in the packaging business called me for years because back in 2003, it was on the packaging book. It means it's package of the year. It was on the cover. And so people that are in the industry, they're so intimate with that particular product that I get calls all the time from all kinds of spirits companies that think that I'm actually the one shipping it out, or they think they want to just know about the story behind it because it's that popular.
No doubt. All right, man, I ain't gonna hold you up.
I got a question, man. We had a liquor event and stuff like that. Do you remember the first liquor you ever had, and how old were you when you had it?
Oh, man,
First of all, let me say that he ain't a for real drinker.
But everybody had their first drink though. Everybody remember.
Well, I mean that for me. I mean, okay, let's put it like this. When I was younger, I shouldn't say this, but when I was younger, my father was a drinker.
Okay.
And I felt that he drank too much.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons I'm not a drinker myself.
Gotcha.
But I felt he drank too much. But one of the things I used to do was to try to prevent him from drinking too much. Is I actually used to go get his stuff and drink it myself.
Gotcha.
So he thought that he drank it.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't just take it and pour it out because you can smell it. So I would actually drink it myself.
Oh man.
And it used to be Seagram's gin.
Oh my God. Yeah. There's somebody there. Yeah.
Bumping
So before I was 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and I knew that there was some chairs I couldn't sit in the house because if I rocked forward, it was all gonna come up. You know. But for real, when we talk about modern day, I was actually coming back from doing. When I was younger, one of the things I did is I modeled for Karl Lagerfeld and the brand Fendi. And so I came back from a big show, and they had a big after event in downtown Detroit, and I was going up there. They had the steak and they had the drink set out, and I was like, I'm not drinking, you know, I'm cool because I'm not a drinker. But then it looked like orange juice. I was like, oh, orange juice, I want that over there.
Right.
And so I went and grabbed it, and before I could think about it, I already drank it. And I was like, ooh, what's that? And I was like, no, man, there's something in there. And I was like, what is it? And then I looked over at the bottle, and the person was like, oh yeah, that's Amaretto di Serrano. And that was the worst thing I could have ever done.
Because Amaretto is so sweet. Like, it'll lull you into thinking that like you ain't drinking alcohol.
Drinking nothing, right? So I didn't feel like I was drinking anything, you know. And that really, and I liked the taste of it. And that's was like, oh, I better keep my distance from that. That was my favorite, to be honest.
Okay. Good memory.
Good memory.
But right now, I mean, you're right though. You know, I do stay clear. I don't drink, man. So it's just not my thing.
No doubt.
Ain't no wrong with it.
But you know, I have my times where I try to be
backslide.
Where I tried to be looser, I guess, you know, because where I grew up, I was always the guy that protected everybody. Yeah. So I wanted to make sure I was clear in my mind because it was just that unsafe.
Yeah.
But during my Detroit's Most Wanted times, you know, me and my Siski, we stacked Crazy Horse in the corner. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like we used to literally stack them on top of each other. Yeah. So you know, because it was always a thing, a discussion like, oh, you soft, you know. And I was like, man, this stuff don't mean nothing to me. Exactly. I mean, you know, because like I said, when I was drinking Seagrams before I was 10. Right. So like the rest of this, I'm like, man, that just put me in the urinal. Ain't no good for me, you know. Like, and that's it. So that's kind of how it is, man. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the experience and everything, and that's why I'm here today is to really let people know that you know if you're gonna be out there, your product, your packaging, everything need to be top notch. You know, and I'm able to say that because my package has been one of the top packages for over 20 years.
No doubt.
And I'm able to explain to people that this is what they need to do. Yeah. You know what I mean? Sure. So
and it's doable.
Yeah, and it's doable. Yeah, right. And you want to own your stuff. Yeah. You know, you don't want to just go out and grab anybody's bottle and slap your label on it and then say, oh, I'm a winemaker or I'm a bourbon maker. Yeah. Then you put it on the shelf and you're like, oh, you look like everybody else. Exactly. You want to have something unique about it. Yeah. Every bottle, every brand that you think about that you drink, you got something unique about their bottle.
Yeah, it's something that drew you to it. Yeah, for sure.
That way you can own your molds and everything, and nobody can knock you, take your design.
No doubt.
Because you own that. Now you trademark that or patent that.
Yep. Man, that's crazy. Hey, for one though, you gotta get dog. I gotta get you on his show too.
Yeah, man. I mean,
okay. You got a whole interview.
You know, whole little what's name right now got me thinking about a whole bunch of questions.
It's a whole story behind it.
Oh man, let's do it. Whatever. You know, I'm open, and I love to have people. I'm more open than I ever been in my life. That's the other thing. So used to everything very, very secret and private. But when you've been given such a gift, you know, it's a blessing, man. You got to give it back. Yeah, you know, to me now, I feel, you know, I want to be like Little Drummer Boy, man. I just want to tear it up.
Tell the whole world.
Tell everybody the secret. You know what I mean? Let's go. Here's my gift that I was given. It's brought so much richness to my life and people that I know.
For sure.
In so many different industries, whether we talk about automotive, aeronautics, luxury goods. You know, like I messed with Prada for a while. You know. mess with some of the best of them.
Right.
You know, Ferrari, Pininfarina. You know, I done mess with some of the best companies in the world. So,
Exactly. No,
so
for
I
sure.
want our people, if we're gonna put these products out here, these spirits out here, we need to be on that level. We need to be shining right with them, no matter what your price point is. You need to be competitive and be the best.
No doubt. No doubt. On that note, man, tell the people your brand because you got your own shit.
Oh yeah, Dre Clemens, www.dreclemens.com, man, the old way to do it. And basically, I've been designing products for so long that I still do consultancy for many different companies and brands. But now I'm also giving the customers what people have been asking from me for years is start to deliver products with my own branding and everything like that, so that people can have that. And I can tell you, what you're going to see from me is like, imagine, you know, Detroit meets aerospace, meets the automotive world, and fashion kind of colliding together.
Okay.
Fashion, accessories, things like that.
Everything.
Yeah,
Right.
everything.
No, for sure.
So it's going to be that big, that
No
huge.
doubt. It's dog.
And the reception so far has been good.
No, I already know.
Yeah, reception's
You,
been
you in
good.
the bag already. You way in the bag.
Yeah.
We got a lot of things to talk about. We definitely got to get you on that man show.
Yeah, man,
So we can
yeah.
talk about some of the other stuff. 'Cause,
Okay, yeah.
There's a lot more shit we can delve into. I know we can't really get a chance to get to it tonight or the other night we did it. So you need like 3 or 4 parts really
Yeah.
to get through everything.
Well, that's the hard part for me, is to which project to take, which business or industry, you know, I'm gonna be doing some work in.
Right.
Those are the most difficult things. So, like for example, the last couple of years, I really kind of slowed down a little bit and just focused on education and teaching youth both at the University of Michigan and College for Creative Studies.
Okay.
So where I teach 3D design, transportation design to the kids. So, or the young adults, but yeah. So I slowed down a bit.
Well, I'm glad you was able to share those stories with them. Like, I done heard a few of them already.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be able to share those stories. We're going to link you with Shy versus Everybody podcast as well.
Yep.
We'll exchange all the information in a minute, though. But Dre, thanks
Yeah,
again
feel
for
free,
stopping
man.
in
I'm
on
looking
the-
forward to it, man.
I know,
I
right?
appreciate y'all brothers even asking me to sit down.
Man, you think I would? As soon as I saw you, I'm like,
Y'all could be talking to my man E-40. You know, like,
we gotta talk to you.
We was
You
talking to him
homegrown.
about that. I talked to him about that. You know, that Yayo song, we had that Most Wanted. We had that back in the day. And then he did his version. I think ours is dope. But it is.
Before we leave though, how do you feel about the music scene today?
I mean, for me, you know, you gotta.
Do you not to cut you off, do you feel like it's too easy now too? Because there's so much access to, you know what I'm saying, social media and stuff like that.
I actually think it's better because when we came out, we didn't have a way to get the music to anybody unless we knew somebody or you know, pay to play and all this other kind of stuff, and then you know, you used all different kinds of funding, and then you didn't know if the record label was going to treat you right, you know, so all those different things. And I really, like I tell people, I didn't really care about recording. I never did. I come up with concepts and stuff, but for me it was always about the live show because I knew I would make my bread at the live show.
That's no doubt.
But today I really like the fact that somebody can have their own platform and it's not governed by anybody. They can go straight to the consumer, you know, and just make sure they protect themselves publishing wise and all of that. But otherwise, you can cut out those people that the stories are endless of people that's been taken advantage of. And I came through during the era when hip hop and rap was new, and people didn't even really consider it a genre yet. And so we got raked over the coals too. You know, when I look at these young cats and I'm like, I'm loving it. You know, because I'm like, go get that bread. Go figure it out. You know what I mean? Do what you got to do. You know, I had like 20 jobs. You know,
Everything.
You know, but yeah, I would. So yeah, how I feel about the music today is that it's all about who you checking for. Right. So you need to check. You know, like some of this music that I hear, I think it's over the top, and I think it invades our culture a little bit too much. Whereas during our generation, you had different types of groups, different types of people. You know, that gave you a different vibe and for the mood. So
saying shit ain't like that now.
I feel like everybody's the same, and I can't really tell.
There's a lot of people
that many one for the other.
You gotta
know
go
what I mean?
look for somebody that's different.
Yeah, even like that. When people ask me like who I'm listening to, like you know what I mean. I honestly, I still like Miss Corona. To be honest, that she just so raw to me and just so to the point and to the head, and
She's still rocking out overseas and all kinds of shit.
she's still doing it. That's my girl. You know, I just feel like you know, I go back to her, you know, pimpette days when she was, you know, that's when she used to come to my open mics that I had back when we had the music lab and all that stuff. Her and her crew and come in there and she was cutting her teeth. You know, but to me she was dope.
Hip hop.
Yeah, it's dope, man. Space. Design.
Hey man, I ain't want nobody put me in a box. You know what I mean?
Sure.
It's like how you gonna define
and
me?
it's funny. That's why I was telling my son, don't never limit yourself to one thing. You know what I'm saying? We just had that conversation not too long ago.
Yeah, because you know they tell you to do one thing well. I get that, but you can do multiple things well, right? And I feel that I am fortunate to have had a successful career in design and engineering, as well as a successful career in hip hop. You know, with my two groups. You know, I'm one of the few guys that can say it was part of two legendary groups. You know, so I feel like that's been a big pleasure.
I'm sorry, I don't know which one. Please say.
Yeah, that's Houdini and Detroit's Most Wanted.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry, I thought he said that. I thought he said it. I might check out. Like I knew it already. So I thought he said it.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we was old school, so you know, you had to be, you know, there. Like I said, you had to be at the shows to see me. You know, you had to be present and whatever. I didn't care about recording, didn't care about videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So for me, it was all about the event and the show. You know what I mean? So I rock with both my crews forever, and I'm till we die. DMW for life, Houdini for life. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. I loved it.
Right.
Yeah. So
you still got a lot more life to live.
You know, I really love these new cats. I just want them to stretch out a little bit more. You know, they quit telling the same story. Stretch it out some. You know, that's what I mean. Like, you know, so with Houdini, you know, it was like with Larry Smith and the R&B swagger. It was a whole different vibe than what everybody was getting any place else. With Most Wanted, we, you know, cracked the earth with the fur coats and you know, the Detroit swagger, and really put Detroit on the map. You know, as far as the hip hop scene was concerned. You know, and so I felt like both of them were an extension of me. Like, it wasn't like I was just one part. I wasn't just a straight gangster thug. I was educated, but I also like the, you know what I'm saying? I like the R&B swag because that brought the girls. You know what I mean? One group we brought the fellas, the other group brought the girls. So for me, I needed both. Right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, but the thing was that to be part of either one, you had to bring something to the table. You know what I mean? You start at the bottom, pull your ranks so you can feel the fame. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Nah, that's what's up, dog. We gonna get to some people and shit, but definitely gonna link y'all up so we can do a full joint.
Let's go.
Even last time we talked, we still didn't get enough. You know what I'm saying? So there's still a lot left that you got to talk about. So we definitely gonna link that up. So we put that together.
Whatever y'all want to talk about, man, I'm open. I'm enjoying life right now. My kids are grown, so I don't have to worry about the safety of my kids like that.
Now you can move around like you want to move
like I want to move. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So that's a real good thing.
Thanks for sitting down with us, my dog.
Good meeting you, bro.
My oldest son said he got tired of people asking him, you know, about me when he go to the store. So I'm glad that he don't have to deal with that no more.
All right, man. That's Drake Clemens, y'all. All
right.
Hey, we
love y'all, man. Love y'all, man. Looking forward to it.
We still down here live at the Taste of Black Spirits Detroit, man. We still got time. It's going down till 10 p.m. You can pull up on us downtown at the downtown Doubletree downtown. Thank you. Thank you for letting us ball. Thanks for that behind the scenes footage too. I saw you got that. No, for sure.
I got first one right there by the thing.
Right there.
All right, so let me know what you want to do.
Let me get, do you social media or your phone number?
Yeah, I'm on Drake Clemens. You can do my phone number if you want. All right, get your phone. What is it? 734 516 48 53.
All right, I'm sure, man. I'm gonna text you.
Get my phone.
Text me everything. Text me everything.
Got you. Yep.
We go from there.
Got you.
Let's make it happen.
No doubt.
We got us up in Negro.
So we are still live, as you can see here. You can see over at the bar, they serving up black spirits. The bartender is in the way, but that is the the bar. Shout out to my man, your friend Charles is over there. I see him. I don't see nothing but a white shirt now, so we'll go ahead and get back. Let's get us back on there. So yeah, that was interesting. Like when we had this conversation before, when he got to talking about NASA and all that type of shit, I'm like, dog, what? Like, how do you even get involved in? I know you have to get involved.
Yeah, I would not have seen
Never would have thought that at all.
going from Houdini to NASA. You know, I
Dog,
just
never
didn't
would have
see
thought that, right? That's
I'm
crazy.
interested to hear that story.
No, for sure. Like, so that and the Stevo Bourbon. You say what?
You said Detroit's most wanted.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh no, as soon as we did the interview, I text you. I was like, dog, I know you know Doug already. Yeah, because everybody in the music industry know everybody.
Go back.
Is that the new one?
I've been around a long time. You know the story.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah.
But yeah, they don't connect.
Hey, them good.
Yeah, they good.
Y'all right though. They don't connect. You know, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
They don't.
I want to hear how that happened.
No,
different
nobody
world.
would believe that y'all the same person. They would think that you're talking about two different people.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
Right.
And that's the thing about it. That's why I had to
Give
with that too.
us a couple shots, my dog.
Trust me, I
Hey, go
had
ahead. Give us a couple shots.
multiple different styles of wardrobes in my closet.
Oh, we gonna drink before you get here, though. You can give us the old one. You can give us the original.
I got a crack. Here you go.
We gotta find out now.
All right. There you go.
At 2014 or
My dog.
I'm gonna just go to the bathroom or whatever.
So we got some John Lee Hooker we pouring up right now.
Oh, I'm gonna do all that.
Appreciate you, dog. Thank you. Got my man Glenn from John Lee Hooker Legacy Spirits. We're gonna be talking to him in just a moment here. But again, we are live down here at the Taste of Black Spirits, man. All the Black Spirits owners. We got our fingers crossed for a quick E-40 sit down. He said we get a couple of minutes. I don't know if we gonna actually get it done. But I kind of cornered him up with Lazar and shit.
Oh, really?
So he committed to the 2 minutes. I don't know if we gonna actually get it done.
Who E-40?
Yeah, we gonna try all we got a verbal agreement for the 2 minutes. By the time he start taking shots, everything gonna forget.
That's good in the man. If you was on the top of the mag, if you was on the top of the mag.
She said, I know, right? I know.
Dog.
I know.
He was really.
Yeah.
And you just talking
Yeah.
to live?
Yeah. We just talking to everybody because we live. That's how we get down.
Oh, you want me to come up?
This how niggas do with no table calls. We just do what we want. We do what we want. Exactly. You know what I'm talking about?
All right then, brother.
And I was gonna show the crowd in there, but the bartender is fronting the camera now. So, okay.
That's why I was gonna say something, but y'all had it.
To set it up higher.
I gotta try that Luxor. Everybody can come in and
Hey, it is. It's really smooth.
Dog, the bottle's so cold though. The bottle is cold.
Yeah, that display was nice.
Yeah, the smells like.
Not a few bottles down.
Going down that other side.
the bottle they got that off of the what's that logo with the people? Yeah, Luxor, but they look like they got the bottle off of where everybody goes.
I don't know.
Off
Nobody knows.
I don't know what you're talking
the
about.
orange logo.
I don't know. What's the orange logo?
Where everybody go buy things in both.
Nobody knows. Never mind.
The orange logo.
Where everybody go be
Costco?
Nobody knows what it means. It gets the
Costco?
people going.
GFS?
We've been looking for you.
What the hell? I don't know.
$20 sales. Everybody slide.
All right, what up, though?
Slide to your left.
I love that you guys say that. What up, though? It's so funny. I love
We
it.
ready?
Yeah, we'll do them and then we'll do
Let's switch it this way.
Slide over.
Crisscross. Yeah, y'all go ahead.
Okay.
So we can finish it. Ah, my toe!
That was your toe for
No,
real?
that was just my
Dog, 'cause I thought I heard that shit. I was gonna say yes. Yes, ma'am. You said that.
Go ahead, walk that walk, girl.
Grab one more chair out there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Unfortunately, we only got one microphone. So I got to shut the
That's okay,
microphone.
we can share.
All right, that's cool.
We project.
I got you. I got
What
you.
you gonna do first? Just hold it out.
All right, so you go grab me a chair real quick.
Like last night. Okay, right.
Wait, who said it? You saw it?
I saw her reaction when somebody said
I know, I
how she
forgot.
turned up last night. Her reaction, I was like, oh,
What?
somebody had a
Who
good
turned up
time.
We went to Bird Cigar Bar.
Oh, Birds.
Oh, that was so much fun.
Yeah,
Birds is
that's
nice.
a nice
Birds
Oh
is
my
nice.
God.
Yeah, that's a nice place.
Like we prefer
Take
to.
me through that. Take me through
We went to Fixins to get $30 drinks. Then we went
I
to
haven't been to Fixers yet.
we went to Veneer. No, Harvey's.
That's why I
Wait,
go
what was
to
it?
Harvey's.
Harvey's. And they had $30 drinks.
That's why I go to Gay Bar.
What up, though? My man Dre checking in. Dre, we had the, what did we have?
I mean, New York is supposed to be expensive.
Oh, Dre, we had the New Dawn.
Richie, what
The
did
New
you-
Dawn weed.
Drinking
That was good. That was
Exactly,
101.
and then we winded up going to Birds, and that was it.
Yeah,
We was
Birds
like,
is nice.
we're comfortable here.
And
But
niggas
the
said
last
Juro,
time I
I'm
came
gonna say
here, I went to
that's
Verdine.
Okay.
That was fun. They had an open mic night, and that was in the cut too.
Okay.
Track most wanted, bro. Like,
Have you
that's
been
not
there?
crazy. I heard about that.
It's been a
Houdini.
I can't remember when I've been there.
Another old school throwback.
But for sure,
No,
I for sure heard Detroit most
Yeah, no doubt.
So it was fun.
That's good. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself.
So this is about us.
No, you good.
Give one for each of you.
All right, let's see what we got going on here. Sipping something sexy.
Yeah.
Sexy. Okay. Sipping something sexy.
But
Right?
conversation turned to come.
So that's the name of the podcast, right?
Yes.
All right, sure.
We're based out of New York,
Oh, shit.
but she's from Florida now.
Okay.
And
So you from Florida, but the
no, she's
podcast
from she's in Florida
in
now.
Florida. Where you from?
Brooklyn.
Okay. My bad.
So,
My bad. You from
and I'm a
Brooklyn?
Brooklyn girl that now lives in Harlem, so I call myself Brawlem because when you're
Brawlem.
Brooklyn, it never leaves.
For sure.
saw Brawlem like 2 hours ago standing out here on her hips, right?
No, that wasn't Brawlem. That wasn't Brawlem.
What was that?
Trust and believe.
That was definitely not
That
Brawlem.
was not Brawlem.
I may or may not have been here when that was going
want to see
on.
that.
I'm not sure what was happening.
Nah, you know what it is?
We won't speak on
No,
that.
you know, no, we can. It's
We won't
just
speak on that.
miscommunication.
Yeah, for sure.
And that's the part of staying positive and growing. And so it's a conscious effort. It's a conscious thought. And so now we're having a good time.
sure.
And we just changed our program.
I love
That's
to
it.
hear it.
So that's how you live life, and that's how you should live life.
No doubt.
Because anything else is given to the evil, to the enemy.
I feel you.
So I don't do that.
All right, well, let's get down to it because we already live.
Because I've grown.
We already
Wait, you heard
live.
him, he's already live.
Oh, yeah, we've been rolling since we started. Yeah. All while we sitting here talking, we
Oh, that's
live.
just, oh, you're constantly live.
Yeah, it's kind of it's a live
Oh,
broadcast.
man,
Yeah,
well, what's
for
up,
sure.
y'all? What's
What
up,
up, though?
D-Town?
What up, though?
What up, though?
Right. You gotta say what
Yeah,
up,
we can do
though.
the what up, though.
Right,
You got
for sure.
to, got to.
Sipping something sexy. All right, so introduce yourself to the people individually, because we know what y'all podcast is called.
So I am Brooklyn Ford from Brooklyn, New York. I'm currently residing in Miami. I'm a filmmaker, producer, screenwriter, multi-hyphenate is what they call us
Right.
nowadays, right?
Right.
So I got a lot going on, but I am also the co-host to my esteemed partner, Amelia Ismore.
For sure.
On
There you go.
Something Sexy.
All right.
And I am Amelia Ismore, your host with the most, giving you more than what you bargained for. And I'm a former record executive. I was GM of Rough Rider, president of Rough Rider Lifestyles. Yeah, them bikers was my problem. And I'm damn proud of it. And salute to Detroit, because when we came with Wink 1100, y'all was heavy.
Yeah, right now.
Y'all was heavy.
Appreciate it.
So
We
the
try-
love
we
for
try to
D-
be good.
The love for D is real.
No doubt.
I'm also an author. I wrote a book, CEO versus CEO, explain, because I love my brothers, and I hope to eradicate gender bias in the workforce.
Yeah.
Because when I worked with all my brothers, it literally was me and 100 dudes.
I was just gonna say,
And
yeah, for
I
sure.
learned a lot from y'all, and I feel like it really is about communication, not competition. And if we as a collaborative can understand that and understand how you brothers work, we as the nurturers of the world, it'll be more collaborative and you look at our assets as opposed to our. So that's pretty much what I am. And, you know, I'm also left the record industry, and now I'm an artist. So I'm doing poetry and all this other stuff, acting. So I'm in her podcast series called Gray Area. And I'm also in 3 other movies.
It's another podcast.
No. It's a web series.
It's a web series. Oh, okay.
What's the name of that web series again?
Podcast, but it's called The Gray Area.
Gray Area.
Gotcha.
Because love is not always black or white. There's always a gray area.
Yeah, for sure. Well, talk about Simple and Sexy. How did that start?
Damn.
Okay, there's a story to this.
I think because you said that we do want to do it.
I don't know why I'm in here. So anyway, because this is incriminating all day. What had happened? If you're going to say it, you got to say it right. What had happened was we were sitting in the car one night out in PA.
Okay.
Getting litty in the city.
Okay.
We weren't driving. Originally, the show was called Drunken Stupor.
You said drunken
I
what?
love that song.
Drunken Stupor.
Okay.
Because we were so lit in the car. We was like, yo, we are in the Drunken Stupor. So that was the original title of the show. We did it, right? We were up in Franchise Entertainment. We were producing the show. We had amazing guests on the show. And then we got into drama with the people at the studio. Not that we did anything, just sometimes other people have shows, they don't see their show going as well as ours. She's able to pull dag near anybody out of the entertainment industry straight out of her behind. So we had, or anywhere else, but sorry.
Or anybody anywhere else.
No, the reason why I can pull so many people is I'm also a consultant.
You gotta say how you're behind. Come on.
Let me clarify.
But there's so many people that I've helped their careers along the way that they're really my friends. And so I just be like, yo, I need you because you need me. Yeah, basically. You know, that's what happens.
They started hating on the fact that she was getting top-notch producers, like huge marketing people. Like we just had top-notch people at the studio. Next thing you know, it was sabotage. All right, so we're not gonna hate. So we decided to revamp, step back, and we revamped it. We figured out when we revamped, we wanted to elevate it, right? She loved Drunken Stupor, I loved Drunken Stupor, but I felt like there was a next level. And so we decided we were going to take it to the next level, and we came up with Sipping Something Sexy.
And the whole purpose of Sipping Something Sexy is about really fortifying our community. So not only are we talking about black-owned spirit companies, because we are the #1 consumer, yet when you go into our liquor stores that's on every other corner, our stuff is not in it. So we felt like, you know, if you're not the difference, you got to make a difference. And we believe in that. So we felt like this podcast could help that. But on top of that, we're also really focusing on the other diaspora of us. You know, there's so much negative press on the black experience that we felt like there's some amazing stories out there. So why don't we bring them in? So we had Ilyasa Shabazz, we had Rebecca Moses, we had Marva Allen, who is Human Books, that now has her own independent platform for independent authors called Word E, 3 E's, WRDE. Amazing women doing amazing work.
Lisa Gertley, correspondent, Melody Holt, Dr. Melody Holt. Melody Holt. We had a string of 11 amazing women because we believe in women's empowerment. So our first 11 episodes of Sipping Something Sexy was really uplifting women. Because that's what we do. And it was capped off with Dr. Ilyasa Shabazz, my next daughter.
Again,
This is my best friend. So here we go.
again, the hate.
From everywhere.
So, and then we started using Instagram, but that didn't really work technically. So now we've got a studio in Manhattan. And now we're really focusing on what we want to do. So now we know through the growing pains what we need to do. And so we've got the level up to here now. So.
For me though, like having a podcast studio in Manhattan is just That might be on my bucket list. Like, because like it's a fucking studio in Manhattan. Anything going on. See, we from Detroit.
I understand.
So New York appears to be like it's a big deal.
It is.
Exactly. So we feel like you got a podcast studio in Manhattan. It's crazy to me. Like,
But shout out to Armando.
yeah.
And shout out to Big French as well. I cannot. Come on.
Yeah.
We've got right. I would be remiss if I didn't shout out Trackmasters. There's a whole list of people I can shout out right now. We're not going to do that. But yes,
Because that's a big deal to me.
Well, thank you. But listen, it ain't no small feed. It ain't the Lions playing them. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we kicking ass too, you know. So
We got movies.
Don't get ourselves on this board.
right.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Two
She
capital
go
of the
toe to toe.
world.
She knows stats and all of that.
No, for sure.
Y'all
Yeah, just be like, you have
Russell Wilson.
Right.
Do you see my face right now? Did you just bring up the Giants that are 0-3 right now?
Hey,
What up, dog?
Shout out to Russell
For
Wilson.
real though.
Hey, maybe y'all got good quarterback, you know what I'm saying? Jackson Dart about to come out here and do some things.
Next question.
I was just gonna say next
I
question.
said Malik Neighbors, y'all pretty good, y'all good.
Right. So sipping something sexy. So this is a question he's been asking all night. So we kind of want to know, what was the first drink that y'all actually
How old were you when you had
had?
that
How old were you?
William Wolf. Oh, wait, what was the first drink we ever had?
Yeah.
And how old were you when you had that first drink?
Yeah. You know that one you stole from your auntie. So.
Okay, so I'm gonna be short. I know nothing.
Right.
No, you know what it is. When you're a young kid,
That camera a little bit.
and family. When you're a young kid and family has family functions,
And you get a little.
Oh, you get
you're
sneaking.
always sneaking a little
For sure.
something. So I guess it was my family. The older women used to do the Kahlua, and
Oh, really?
Okay.
so that was like the first. And
the
I
first
played it
time
off
we
like
heard
it was.
that.
I played it off like it was coffee.
Yeah.
So they didn't think I was drinking, but I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
How long did that stay a thing? Like, how long did you ever like really drink Kahlua after that?
No.
No, that was just
No,
shit you were
because it was one time that we snuck.
I got you.
But the fear, my parents had a funny discipline problem. Like it was a really great method. If you did something and you got caught,
You had to do
didn't
that
get,
shit.
No, you didn't get in trouble. But the next thing you wanted to do, which might have been 2-3 months later, they go, remember when you took that drink? Yeah, no. So it
Hold it
made you
again.
think about what you were doing. So when you got away with it, you didn't want to repeat it.
Right.
Because you might get screwed up later.
Exactly.
Exactly.
What about you? Yeah.
My first drink?
After that, you know.
No, my first drink was Boone's Farm Apple.
Oh, well, damn.
My son.
Did you say Mad Dog 2020?
No, that was later.
That was later. You drunk that by choice.
That was college days.
Right.
No Mad Dog 2020.
So that was by choice.
I followed up by asking, what was your graduation drink? When you felt like you stepped up, you in the big leagues, what was that graduation drink for you?
Thought you was doing it.
You know, so I graduated really early. From college, I was 15, just turned 16.
Damn, hold on.
We're not even gonna go there.
But you said it. You said it. Well, how we
I
got
got
that
skipped
go
a few
there?
times. That's all we're gonna say about
A
that.
few times.
15, turned 16.
That's a little flex right there.
It was a bit of a flex. I was on my way to Harvard, but we had a racial incident at Harvard, and so no.
No.
And this one is from up there.
Yeah,
Me
Boston
even
College.
rocking with her is a whole weird thing. Cause Patriots,
Hey.
Red Sox.
Hey.
We ain't gonna say
Hey,
that
shout out to
now.
the Red Sox on Cape Verde, and they celebrated our 50th anniversary.
So anyway,
Right, I'm gonna let that one go. I'm gonna let it go. You see, I ain't say that.
I was funny. So I was
21 is so smart, I know everything.
in a
We went
college
one year out there.
obviously adults, right?
Every day
So
at 25,
and we had a bar in the school. We had the Raps together. Shout out to John Jay. I think you're trying to disown me like y'all don't know me, but shout out to John Jay, college criminal justice. And yeah, we had a bar in the school. So it really For me, I didn't jump out the window probably till I was 18, but I had definitely had a few tastes. So the graduation drink, I'm going to say, we say from high school to college.
No, I'm saying like the graduation drink where you feel like
when I went to the next level. The next level for me when I stopped drinking things like slow gin fizzes and all of that little cute stuff.
Right.
It was a Hennessy martini.
Okay.
Hennessy martini. What the hell is a Hennessy martini?
See, this is why you asked this question.
Because martini, I thought was just vodka. Like I didn't know.
You can make a gin martini or usually a gin.
Yeah, I know.
I'm tripping. So what's in the? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel like it's lime juice.
Vermouth.
Oh, vermouth is what makes it a.
Correct.
Okay.
That's what makes it a martini.
Cause I always wondered, like, cause it never looked like nothing except like they put an olive in the motherfucker, like, we go martini.
But 7 is my limit, I promise you that.
Seven is a lot. It is. 7 is a hell of a lot. 7 is a lot.
Hey, you know your limits.
And I just said,
But
7 is my limit, right?
Your limit ain't till 7 though. You from Brooklyn. You from the old Brooklyn. You from the old Brooklyn.
I am from BK all
No,
day.
for sure.
Do you have any Rough Rider stories you can give us?
Oh my God.
Short story.
What up, that
What
red
story you want to know?
Drinking me, you're gonna pace yourself.
Okay, like in what respect?
My man
like,
Calvin, what up, though?
Artist wise.
Go ahead, give it to them, because you know what they want.
Okay.
Gonna give it to you. Gonna give it
Oh
to you.
yeah, I was hoping you said it. I didn't want to say it.
Well, I mean, I think X is probably one of the most misunderstood artists there is. You know, the media really wanted to portray him as one person, but he really was another person. Like when he prayed, it was amazing. Like, oh my God. You know, but I loved him when he used to teach me about the dog theory. You know what I mean? Like dogs was his life, and he equated dogs to people. And it's funny because like people do emulate their dogs, and dogs do emulate their people, and I'm messed up for life because of it. But I think one of the stories that I will say how he still stays with me. When he passed away, I could have went to the funeral, but I chose not to because I was really heartbroken. And so I was on 125th Street hanging with everybody else, pouring out drinks and whatnot. We was just in the cut doing something for him. Doing something for him. And this dog, this black Labrador comes out, right? And there's a group of us. The dog comes straight to me.
Let's go to the next level.
The owner comes out and I'm like, oh, your puppy's so cute. What's the name of your dog? And he goes, X. I was done.
Oh my God.
And I lost it. That just gives you an example of how of an amazing person Earl is. He's still with us. He'll always be with us. I think the other story was, this is a funny story. So the Rough Rider anthem, stop, drop, shut down, open up shop. Okay. So Jay wanted that song, and Watt came to me, and I was like, we do anthems. Like, why would you give away our anthem? So we did it. So then it came time to do the video, and Def Jam decided that they had a certain director. We were like, no, we got final say. So we had Jay Justice do the video. But our video was part of us doing our bikers, and the police youngest knew about it. So we did a covert thing where I was on one set acting like I was the person regulating stuff, and the police were there. Meanwhile, my boys was on the highway. You know what I mean? And it was funny because we would make them, all right, this time you're going to do a wheelie. And they would do a wheelie. Miss, you know they can't do that. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm so sorry, sir. And we dragged that out just so that we can make sure that the
they was over
video was
for real
already
video.
done. So that it wasn't our video if anybody got caught. It was just bikers riding.
First of all, it's crazy that you had to do that, though. That's the crazy thing that you got to do
But
that.
I mean, there's many ways to skin a cat. And at Rough Rider, we were all about, it's not where you're from, it's where you want to go. It wasn't about gangsterism. That's what people got mixed up. You know what I mean? Because we were showing kids how to flip t-shirts. We were showing people, if you could flip bricks, you can flip records, bro. Like for real.
Or any
So
business.
any business. And we were showing that enterprise. So, I mean, to me, it's an honor to still be part of that. And I joke with everybody because you won't see me in the documentaries. I was the fun with the silencer on.
I got a serious question. This is me and my cousin argue about this all the
Still got a
time.
serious question.
This is serious. No, I'm saying about DMX. So, of course, he, two platinum albums in the same year. We always argue which album was better. Is Dark Hills Hot or Flesh More Fuzzy?
A lot of people.
I say the first one. They're both great, but I give the nod to the first one.
Well, see, I'm partial to the first one.
Okay.
Only because, shout out to DJ Superior. He was the first producer that ever worked with X.
Okay.
Before he got with Dame Grease and Swiss and PK and DJ Shock, right? Because those were our producers. So a lot of the songs that he did were from that era.
Okay.
So I think, what people don't realize about artists' first project, it's usually 7 to 10 years of work.
True, that's
So
true, yeah.
you're picking the epitome of 7 to 10 years of work. So you're not gonna fail.
No.
Not unless you're not an artist.
Now we're gonna say this is just trash with it.
You know what I mean? And somebody just gassed you. You know
Shout
what I
out
mean?
to Rhea checking in. She said flesh in my flesh.
Yeah. But I mean, I love both. I love both.
They're both great, but the first one just something different.
I think it's the first one just because, like you said, it was something different. And I ain't gonna lie, when I was at Eastern Michigan, and I guess like the street team was out dropping off singles, and I ain't gonna lie, I thought that shit was trash.
Wow.
And I can't remember what song it was because it wasn't an album out yet.
No.
It was a single. And I was like,
Born
bro,
Loser.
I don't remember. Like, I don't even remember.
That had to be Born Loser.
But I was just like, dog, who is this nigga yelling and shit, barking like this shit trash? And then 5 months later, I'm like, damn, I was wrong.
So I'll tell you a funny story
Yeah.
as it relates to that. I was A&R director and A&R administration at G Street Records.
Okay.
And Wad came to me through Domingo, shout out Domingo Cadella, and he's a producer, right? And he said, you need to meet this guy, and I loved it. I brought it to my boss, and he was like, never mind all of that, dude, PM Dawn and Dougie Fresh and everybody else. And I was like, but I love that he was growling. I love that he was growling, you know what I'm saying? And it was so weird because then, like, a couple of years later, my girl Deidre Tate says, I got some people up in Yonkers I need you to meet and do some consulting with. And it happened to be them. So it was destiny for
I
me
guess
to work
so.
with him.
Yeah.
It was
That's
destiny.
wild though, because I ain't gonna lie, I was one of them haters.
Oh, I
was like, bro, what is
Wow.
this shit?
I love it.
I was. And I wish I could remember like what the single was.
It was
Like, I
Born
don't.
Loser.
It might have been.
Yeah, that was
And like they played that shit, I was like, cause they was handing out tapes. Like this how old I am. They handed out tapes. I'm playing that shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Shit trash. What I do? I bust the tape in. I had the Iowa. What up, my boy? For sure.
No, for sure.
I had the Iowa stereo system, you know what I'm saying, the tape and the 5 disc changer. I ain't had no CDs, though I still had tapes, but whatever, anyway. But yeah, I heard that shit, I was like, bro, who the fuck is this nigga barking and growling? And you know, for us in the city, like, I ain't gonna lie, New York for us at the time was Wu-Tang. Like, shit, that was it. Like, shit, that was really it.
Wow.
Because we talking about, what, the late 90s, so...
Yeah, but that joint venture era was probably the most exhilarating, exciting era in black music outside of the Motown. Because you gave a whole bunch of brothers final say on what they were doing. And what happened was, that's the reason why the 360 deals came around.
Right.
Because the worst thing you can ever do is give Hustler money. He's gonna learn how to flip it. And that's what we did, and we were making way more money than the record labels.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So they were like, we gotta shut this down.
That's why they was able to. Yeah, that's why they was able to deal without those.
Yeah, exactly.
So I gotta ask you because you're a little bit of Harlem too, right?
Yeah, of course I'm Harlem.
So I gotta ask you.
I'm Brooklyn and Harlem.
Is my man's representing Harlem effectively right now? Because I'm mad.
Oh my God.
You know who I'm talking about.
Dame is my dog, so I'm not gonna say anything bad about
But
him.
I don't like the way he been playing himself ever since the Breakfast Club. I've been with him up until this point.
So let me just clarify something, okay? Because I think people are misunderstanding what Dame is going through. Okay? When you start a company, it's usually a collaborative, right? And Dame was kind of like the brainchild. Biggs was the financer. Jay was the artist.
Gotcha.
Okay, that was the Trinity. You're not supposed to break up that Trinity, and it got broken up.
But the
And it
Trinity,
got broken up because we always say at Rough Rider. No, let me just say this. We at Rough Rider, we always say you're only as strong as your weakest link. Okay. So the team can never be weak because the chain will break. So if you see a weak link, you're supposed to fortify it. It didn't get fortified there. And let me add one more thing, because a lot of people don't know this jewel.
Okay.
Them boys was getting ready to go public. They were getting ready to do an IPO. They were getting ready to be traded on the stock market. That's when they said, shut this down. So they looked for how they could separate it, and they did.
So I understand all of that. I understand all of that. But that was 20 years ago. I'm talking about I don't like the way he's acting right now.
But that's your but think about it. If that was your legacy, and somebody is trying to change the narrative of your legacy, wouldn't you want to fight? Wouldn't you be angry? Wouldn't you want to attack?
What Charlamagne got to do with his legacy? What do Cameron got to do with his legacy?
I think it's just
These are the things I'm talking
I
about.
know, but I think it's just the anger. Remember when we were talking off the record before we even knew?
So
that
you
this
saying
was
you let the anger get the
it's
best
the
of him?
energy. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes when you get in that state, it's
Then
hard.
everything just started coming out.
Yes.
Okay.
And one thing starts leading on the other, and another thing, and it's like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hear
And
that.
so you're hearing his roar more than you're hearing him.
And I agree with you on that. So I'm gonna ask you the question again then. That ain't Harlem shit.
No, but you know what?
Did I lie? Did I lie? That ain't Harlem shit.
No.
And I ain't from Harlem, but I live there for 3 months.
I will say this.
Please don't play
Sometimes, no.
Everything's on your
I will
face.
say this in response to that. I will say sometimes there's a separation between who you are and where you're from, and I think that's what Damon's dealing with right now. And I'm not gonna say nothing more.
He don't often separate it up.
I'm not gonna say nothing
I
more.
just think that's all I'm saying. Just messing relationships a little bit. And Jay had to kind of, I'm just guessing, had to separate himself from them just to be on bigger things.
I don't know what happened with that shit, but I just don't like the way he acting right now. Like right now, it's getting.
Sean
If he
said in
having
the
a
very
whole
first
problem, stay
album,
off the camera.
if y'all didn't listen, Sean said, I let dead presidents represent me. Period. And I'm not gonna say nothing more on that.
We got you, Jeff.
So sipping something sexy.
We're here.
Awesome. So now, obviously, we had some classic people on podcasts before. What's the vision for the podcast now moving forward?
I'll let you take that crown.
Okay, so the vision for the podcast is to not only taking it national, but to take it global. Right? So if you think, I'm trying to think of 2 people, but I can't even think of 2 people that do it on a level that we're talking about doing it, right?
Nobody's doing what we're doing.
But it's beyond. If you just take the 2 things that we've done already, dealing with women's empowerment and also dealing with Black spirit owners, it will evolve beyond Black spirit owners. It'll be Black business owners. It'll be Black whatever owners. Because it's all about uplifting and promoting and exposing Black entrepreneurs. So that's what we're trying to do, not just here, Europe,
And I look at
everywhere.
And I look to add to that, you know, we always tell people, if you're not a business, you're forever a consumer. Because this is a capitalist society. And so get into the game and play the game. And I think what's going to separate sipping something sexy from everything else is it's an experience.
Gotcha.
It's not just a talk show, it's an experience. So we're taking it to places where you can actually experience what we're saying.
Yeah, for sure. Right from the studios in Manhattan. That's what I'm talking about.
We're starting in Manhattan, but we're going everywhere else.
Oh, all right, my bad.
We're going on the road.
I'm definitely not trying to pigeonhole you to Manhattan. I'm just excited about Manhattan. Like that shit. I don't know why. That's a flex to me. Shit. I don't know. Whenever I see people saying like, because like there is there in LA is like entertainment hubs. So when people are able to do things in those areas, like it sparks my interest. Like it's a thing for sure. Now it's just two of y'all, right? So you got an engineer or you got a whole little team for that. Okay.
But we didn't bring our team because we were here. So
For sure.
But we made the conscious decision moving forward. We're always going to bring our team.
Now this is not the first time you've been to Detroit, is it? Or
No, not for this is the second time for both of us.
oh, okay. All right. So
I love Detroit.
I was gonna say, how's the experience been?
I love Detroit. I love the team.
Where they
Oh no, y'all heard already. I turned up last night.
We turned up.
Got it on tape.
You already know what it is, for sure.
Bananas. It was bananas.
no
Like
doubt.
our thing so far in our travels was like, oh my God, Chicago was the shit. We drove.
Yeah.
We drove my truck to Chicago. It was like, oh my God, I had book signing. So we went and it was phenomenal. I was like, I don't know what Detroit is going to be like.
Baby.
That's how it is.
A time was had.
I'm glad y'all enjoyed y'all.
What it do?
What up, though?
What up?
What up, though?
Right, for sure.
There you
For
go.
real, though. So yeah, this has been a great experience.
It's been a great experience.
It's also taught us some things about patience and dealing with what you think is a setback and how you got to be able to pivot and transition and segue into the next very thing, right? So it's been before I got on the plane, lost my bank card. Damn ain't even a word. There's a whole bunch of other words besides damn I was saying. Standing on the curb. And I just started, like, my mind was racing. I've traveled all over the world. I've been to mostly every continent. And I have never lost my bank card.
And this is the time.
I get out of an Uber and my bank card fall out. And then the TSA is like, are you traveling by yourself? I'm like, yeah. So they like, you gotta take the bag, go out, get your stuff, come back to TSA. I was like, damn, dude, you just see me come to TSA. And I had 15 minutes to get to my plane was boarding.
So you made it. I'm curious how that even happened though. Like, how did you get all
How else could I make that shit?
No, for real.
The Uber dude, I was like, yo, I need you to get back in. Look in your car, see if you got my bank card. He looked, he was like, I have your bank card. I alert everybody at my job. Like, somebody go to the fucking bathroom and see if you got my bank card or not. He was like, we have your bank card. I was like, all right, come, now. Hold on. He picked up his passenger and slowly drove back to me. I'm standing there like, volcano. I'm like, could you get to me? You could throw it out the window, bro. I don't give a shit.
You gotta stop.
Don't say that.
No, we already talking shit, man.
I'm saying
You can be in the show. We live. Oh, you came by with our VIP?
I say one, got the card, got on the plane. We did what we did. We are here.
Man, for the grace of God.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Shout out
The
to the
amazing Resolve Papers. We are here with the strength of him.
I'm gonna say it for the record. If y'all are not here, you're missing out. Because yesterday the collective was amazing. They dropped jewels as far as not only just being a black spirit owner, but also being an entrepreneur.
Oh, the liquid event. Okay.
God,
I hate I missed it.
Oh my God!
The lessons that you
impeccable.
It was amazing.
And I'm in business for like 40 years, and I was still standing there taking notes. Like some of the experiences that they shared, and some of the verbiage that they gave us, as far as certain clearances and certain little nuances that you might not think about, they actually brought to the forefront. Shout out to E-40 because he was very entertaining.
E-40 at a bar, everything ended at a bar. I was like, did he just rhyme that again?
But you know the Bay is like Detroit cousins, so we slide right in. No, for sure. Now tell the people where they can find your podcast.
Wait a minute, New York is in the building.
We got some more New Yorkers. Come on,
baby.
What's up?
They from Brooklyn too? Y'all from Brooklyn too? From the Bronx? Oh, the BX. What up, though?
Y'all came in today? Oh my God.
Queens, BX.
I'm sorry, we're live right right now, but don't
Go ahead and get the PBR handles and shit, and then we gonna let y'all get back to what y'all doing.
We're at Sipping Something Sexy on IG, so it's Sipping Something Sexy, just like it sounds. Spell it out all the way on IG. And I am Brooklyn Ford. We're not even gonna go through all of that, but it's Brook with the E, Lynn with the E, and Ford with the E. I'm at
I'm your host of the most, so it's very simple. It's my first name, A-M-E-L-I-A, and then is more because I'm more than what you bargained for. So all one word, A-M-E-L-I-A-I-S-M-O-R-E.
For sure.
Thank you.
Thank you for sitting down with us. So look, I'm gonna get Nephew to get your information too, because he has a podcast too.
Oh, cool.
So that we can do like a for real whole interview, so we can get some more information together.
When we get y'all, we'll put you on our
No doubt. We'll do it, remote, because I know y'all ain't always here, and we ain't ever in New York. So I'll come to Manhattan, but I ain't coming to record. I'm coming to see all them ladies.
There's plenty of that out there.
I already know. In Brooklyn.
What borough you like? I
like Harlem. I know Harlem not really a borough, but when I was out there, I stayed in Harlem for like 3 months, so I kind of fell in love with it. Now this was way back in the day though. This was like before the towers went down, right? So this 2001. But I love the culture out there. Like, even though I will have to say this, people in New York don't have no respect for your private space. No.
We don't have private space.
And I learned that. And that's the thing.
Everywhere else in the country, we live on top of each other.
For sure. On top of everything, right. Don't leave with that. Alright, for sure, now you good. Some more New York?
Nobody.
Y'all know about Vanessa Braxton?
Yeah, New York, huh?
Y'all know about Vanessa Braxton?
Oh my God, I ain't never met you in person.
No, you need
I know your name though. Black Mama Vodka.
Listen, when we step up, you need to have this sister sit down.
Oh no, we gonna talk. This is the first black female distiller. I know who you are. I just ain't never met you.
An ace.
I know your name.
An ace.
For sure.
A genuine person.
No doubt.
A beautiful spirit and an entrepreneur. She's a CEO.
She won Brooklyn turn out.
My shoes.
She made Brooklyn turn out a couple years ago. I know, Lord. I heard
We'll
it.
come find you in New York. It's all good.
I got one more person to add, and then we go have you sit down.
We were talking about the
You got time to wait for me? All right, we go. Let's swap it out there. Where my man
Let's
is?
swap it out.
We just stole my man's spot. Where he is?
See why she's a she.
Thank y'all. Thank you. Appreciate you. No doubt.
Okay, now.
There you go.
I ain't got nothing on the wrist. I need it.
You ain't got nothing. You moving around here. You don't need nothing. Or maybe it's yours.
No VIP IRS.
You're right. You heard what she said? You heard what she said, goddamn. No, for sure. Vanessa, how are you, Dad? You good?
I'm good.
So I have never met you in person. I have heard your name a million times.
Really?
Yes. So this is it's an honor to get to know you. So first of all, you're sitting down with Angry Principal. Right? Angry Principal.
What you angry about?
Everything. I'm Q Lewis.
Okay.
Shy was here. He stepped away for a second.
Okay.
But this is the Beards Bourbon Whiskey Podcast. All right.
Okay.
Everybody loves BBW. Right?
All right.
Now I know that you are responsible for a lot of stuff, not just one brand. Let's kind of get into that though.
He back.
He back. So it's a shot.
You back on the BBW.
Now, if I got this correct, you are the first black female distiller, right?
Absolutely.
Master distiller.
Absolutely.
Right.
And master blender.
Tell people what that means, I guess.
In actuality, I own a manufacturing facility that actually makes alcohol.
Gotcha.
So I just finished building my second distillery as we speak in New York. And I've been doing this since 2012. My brand, Black Mama Vodka, has been out since December 2012. And that's how long I've been doing this.
How do you started on that?
How did I start?
Yeah.
You really want to know?
Yeah, I want to know. Yeah.
1987, probably before you were born.
I'm born 86.
Not you.
I'm born 86. I was one.
Oh, Lord.
was born.
I was one.
I'm a 70s baby. What you talking about?
You was little.
79.
When I was in college, I gotta tell you, I used to make liquor on campus in engineering school.
Liquor campus.
So I'm a scrap. Okay. So back in the day, I was studying. I'm a retired structural engineer. So I did engineering. And back in the day, I used to make something called Funky Cold Medina on campus.
Funky Cold Medina.
Everybody used to come and buy their stuff from me. So it started then, as an engineering student. You know? And then
So
it
you
progressed.
was a moonshiner.
Yes,
That's what you saying.
because what I made then, you ain't gonna drink that now. I was doing all them puffy parties back in the day. You always had parties back in the day. Well, I wasn't in the party, but I did the party.
For sure. Gotta be careful saying that.
You gotta
I
be
did
careful saying that.
but it's the truth. That's the age. That's the NED. All used to have parties at the colleges.
I mean, because like in real life, you can't
Before
discount
y'all was, y'all was still in elementary school. We were still doing what we was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to the Diddy parties.
Girl, back in the day, that's the Diddy party, not the
New York is in the building, as y'all can see, man.
When you got invited to the after party,
New York is in
that
the
was a
building for
different
sure.
thing. Hey, boo. Yeah, so that's how I really started. I started learning from these white guys from Virginia who were architect students.
Word.
And that's what we used to do in college, make liquor.
Yeah.
Just to
And then you
have
turn
a
into it
party.
for real business.
And then 20 years later, after kids and all of that, when I retired from the government, I was bored. So I said, let me take my 401k and my dumb ass and put it in a damn liquor company. I regret that.
How hard was that?
Embrace that. Huh?
How hard was that though? Because not just being a woman, but being black too. Like it's gotta be. That's like double up against you.
Bofa.
Right, bofa.
Let me tell you, that's why I always. Let me take my jacket off because I'm getting
Oh, I'm
hot.
sorry, Rhea is Vanessa.
Huh? You call me
No,
somebody else's
Rhea. No,
name?
Rhea was asking what your name was.
Oh.
We live, so people asking. Like,
Oh, but that's the Braxton. Get it right. Yeah, you know what? It was definitely hard back then. I'm gonna tell you that. It may seem like it's harder now, but when you look around here and look at the taste of black spirits, we didn't have a taste of nothing.
Exactly.
Okay? Back then we had the taste of honey, and that was a female group. Right? 2 tons of fun. Remember that? No, you don't remember. You remember that, right? It's raining men. So that's what we had back in the day. We didn't have a taste of nothing.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I had to go in and change liquor law. People don't realize it. And Lazar says this all the time. Back in the day, we couldn't have, when I say we as a community, we didn't have the first license until Jackie came along and myself. Because the laws were so antiquated and still antiquated that even in my state, I had to change a law in order to get my distillery going. Because back in the day, you had to do 1 million gallons. You couldn't be a million. A million. That's because of the big companies.
right.
So with the big companies, you know who
They
the
can
big
do a million,
companies,
you know that,
right?
yeah.
But they implemented those laws into place from way back when. So nobody really cared until now. You have small craft people who want to have their own distilleries, but then you can't because now you got to go in and change the laws to feed what your necessities were.
Right.
So that's what I did. And when I changed the law in my state, it transcended to the federal all over the country. So then now everybody can start have their own brand.
Some laws.
And I still do it to this day. You know, so in New York, I sit on the board of New York State Distillers Guild, and I sit and I change the laws in New York, and then I help change the laws in Congress.
Right.
Because I need it for my brand and everybody else need it for their brand. And people don't understand how important it is. While everybody was looking at that August 14th receivership thing going on, y'all miss an important factor. That company, with what she's going through, they'll get through it some way or somehow, right? But August 14th, on that same day, Trump revoked an executive order that I had put in by Biden that was directly related to beer, wine, and spirits. It was Executive Order 14036. It's called the Competition in American Economy. I had that executive order put in by Biden in 2021, July 9th. It was about black and browns getting money for their brands, no pay to play, us getting with distribution, us getting on shelves. If you read that executive order, it was all about the DEI, about diversity, equity, inclusion. But he revoked that, and nobody's talking about it. I'm pissed about it, but now I'm trying to get to Congress next month to see if they can re-put it back, or let him write something else so we can benefit. Because what people don't understand, the status quo of what we was dealing with before is now going to come back.
No, for sure. It is.
Distributors don't want to carry you, they don't have to.
They don't have to. Now you'll be right back under the thumb again.
That's the status quo before 2021. You notice that all these black-owned brands was getting into places, right? That was because of the executive order that I pushed.
So Rhea's still listening live. She asked, how can we as citizens help them? Like, how can we help you?
How can you help us? This is really
Right.
Is go to your legislator. Go to your legislator in the community where you are, because you're a constituent.
Right.
You're paying taxes. And tell them that you want Executive Order 14036 to be implemented for another, because it affects the small business.
No, for sure.
You know, so that's what's important. And ask for the brands. Push. We now have to be intentional, because you got to remember, I was with the time when nobody was. Can we cuss on this shit? Nobody was fucking with any black-owned brand 2012. We had to really do the hustle, drive our shit all the way to cross state lines, like how BMF did that shit. Right up to 80. Right. But we hauling liquor just to bring it ourselves, because the distributor wasn't carrying our stuff. You know what I mean? We had to do it, pull it in the trunk like I did. I just brought 25 cases on the deal. Yeah, but I'm legal, man. I'm legal. But we don't want it to get back to that, because it's just so much work, and we put our people to work. You know, I'm going to be building a third distillery in Indiana, in Gary, Indiana. Fully automated. You know, so with continuous still, we're going to have one for alcohol, one for non-alcohol, and then I'm going to have a workforce development for our people. So y'all kids, grandkids can come there and learn HVAC, AI, technology, electrical. We have to put together some trades for our community, because my nephews and nieces, they're not thinking about college. But if they on that street hustle, then they could come back and learn something in regards to the manufacturing and the beverage industry. But that's what I built. You know, so that's what's important. It's not just the brand; it's about building the infrastructure behind the scenes.
Hell yeah, because you're talking about something that you're building for longevity.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like for generations to be gone. Because when you think about some of those larger brands, like, you know, they come from generations back.
Right.
So unfortunately, we didn't get that head start. So we got to start building that generation from here.
We never get the head start.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know
We
that.
never get the head start.
What up, dog? Dice checking in. What's good, dog? But yeah, it's people in the comments, like, they really, it's just an amazing story, first of all. But at some point, I hope that we get another chance to spend more time to actually have a full conversation.
Yeah, you want to come to New York to my second distillery.
That is the second time. I guess we got to come to New York. I was trying to avoid it, but I guess we got to go.
Well, see, I never been to New York. I need to go.
You ain't never been to New York?
I've never been to New York. I need to go.
Never? Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess we got to set that up.
Yeah, come to New York.
Well, I know Taste of Black Spirits is coming back to Brooklyn, so I know we're going to be in the building next year.
Yeah, no, don't wait till next year, because he changed his mind so quick. You come before that.
Come before that?
Yes.
All right, we're going to put it together then.
All right.
We're going to put it together.
But you do know
I've been to New York
I make brands, other brands.
No, for sure. And that's why I'm saying I know you are responsible for a lot of brands, not just your own. But I think the thing about that is, like, you being here is amazing though. Like, because there are so many people who can benefit from, like, your knowledge, and they don't. For the people who weren't able to make it today, like, I really hope that they do, like, kind of reach out to you or pick your brain, because, like,
no, don't pick my brain. You got to pay for that.
Look out now.
These old brains, you got to pay for that.
Look out now.
Yesterday's price.
Yeah. Not today's price
at all.
We got the shoe.
That's that New York shit. Yeah, we do got tariffs.
Yeah.
I just paid $16K on tariffs.
Damn.
For my new still. Yes.
That's a lot.
Okay, so
a lot.
I got to ask you, we asked a couple people, what was the first drink you had and how old were you?
Oh, Lord. How old I was?
I need to know age and everything.
I'm going to be real honest.
Okay, go
God
ahead.
rest the dead. God rest my father.
Yeah.
I had some E&J.
That was one of mine.
E&J.
And I was 11.
Yeah, 11.
Damn.
I was 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was sick. I had like a cold. You know, my family's from the Caribbean.
What's it called that?
Hot time.
Hot time. Right. So my father was like, here's some E&J with some honey.
Right.
And I was
knock it down.
Like, what was your I'm grown drink? Like, I'm making a little couple dollars. This, you know what I'm saying? You graduated. What was that drink?
No, E&J. I make them shit to that.
No doubt.
My grown drink, vodka. I make the phenomenal vodka. And I love brandy as well, because I used to make a brandy Alexander when my mom, my aunt was alive, and my dad, they used to drink that. So that's why you see Ron. Did you try Ron Isley Contagious?
I haven't tried it.
So I made that. I made Ronald Isley's brandy and his vodka. And it's better than any brandy that's out there. And if you guys drink Henny, stop drinking that.
I'll start on
Because that's brandy too, and they've given us crack. They have fillers in it. There's a lot of stuff that's out there that's not craft made. That's just all fillers. And you know who it hurts? Our community. Because we're the ones that spend the money. Anytime there's a recession, who is it? Black people pulling people out of recession.
Nah, for real.
It's not like we need that.
We know how to spend money.
I don't mind spending, but I'd rather spend it with us. You know, that's why I need us into these industries. You know, setting up trucking companies, setting up, logistics, being a supplier.
Right, but there's many arms to this whole situation. It's not just about making the brand, it's about getting the brand to the places. It's about the bottling, it's about the design, it's about everything.
Right, and it's about the liquid. The liquid, the water, the equipment. You know, I bring in and design equipment for my use. For what I need. So now I'm helping other distilleries build their distillery, because I'm still an engineer. So I help to build their distillery. They'll pay me. Right. So they'll call me and say, Vanessa, can you come in and consult because I'm building a distillery. But it's not just the still. It's also the infrastructure, the water flow, cutting in the concrete, tapping into the sewer lines, knowing how that works because it's a real infrastructure on the construction side. But that's what our community really needs to learn. Because
we don't know none of that. We really don't.
But we do it. We've done it. Plumbing, electrical, but they're not hiring us to do the work. Right? They go outside of our community. They hire their own to handle that. Just like I hire my own to do it. So why not just teach this next generation what it's all about? Because you do know it.
Right. We just haven't implemented into this.
Right.
You're right. Okay, I got you. I did that. I can dig that. Damn, you done dropped jams. I'm going to quit asking questions. We ain't paid for this. I don't know, she said. Free for the free. But for people who want to contact you, tell them how they can get to you. Who can afford it? How do they contact you?
You can go to blackmamavodka.com. BlackMamma. Okay. Vodka. Not Mamba and not Mama.
Right. Gotcha.
Black Mama Vodka. GB Distillers. If you type in Vanessa Braxton, it just comes up.
Exactly. Because like I said, I know your name. I just had never seen you in person. I'm like, no, this is such an honor for me. I'm over here geeking out a little bit.
You guys keep doing the work and keep informing people because it's very important to do that. I've been doing this a long time, but the industry is about to go through another shift with us, and I don't know how many black-owned brands that's going to be around. But if I can help them, then I'll do that. But not only that, but we need to get our own distribution. I helped a gentleman.
That's a whole nother thing right there.
So I helped a guy in Illinois. He's doing phenomenal. I helped him set up his own distribution. You have Tequila in there. I make Tequila. I make his brand. That vodka, tequila, and watermelon.
For sure.
Right, so I make his brand, but he is a distributor in New York.
Okay.
I helped him set himself up because now we need to have our own distributors. Fuck all these other R&DCs and all that because they're not messing with us. So
right, R&DC is one of the big ones too.
We R&DC.
Right, gotcha.
But I get to do other things because I've been with them so long. But they will push your stuff out of the way just to get to them. And we need the black-owned restaurants to be buying our shit. I can't stand
that's where it should be at. If it ain't nowhere else, it should be there.
Right. But a lot of times, like I come here, eat. I went to the restaurants, not around here, but they had not one black brand on the shelf. But you want my money. Right. You looking at the patrons and everybody black, and you selling some motherfucking Tito's. Right. Fuck Tito's. You know what I'm saying? You need that black mama. Or whoever else. Even the local, Monteros. They here and I make their stuff and their vodka should be in. They're from Detroit and I make their stuff and it should be in the stores here.
No doubt.
Why don't people be doing us like that? And then they get mad when we start trapping back. Right?
No, for sure.
So that's how the support starts. Be intentional. Because just right now it's going to be the survival of the fix. I'm telling you. I've been here before.
Uh-oh, you lost something?
Within the building.
First your shoes. She got her thing now, right?
Right, got them on.
For clarification purposes, I did not lose my shoes.
Right, you left it.
In my truck.
Well, Vanessa, thank you for sitting down with us. And then we're going to put something together. I guess we got to come to New York.
Yes. November 1st, I'm having the open. When I play us? I'm good, you.
I'm telling you, we were happy.
I'm trying to be like New York. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that?
Let me go ask you something else. Jamaican and don't know where I'm going.
Actually, we can say no, but thank you again for sitting down with us, man. I really appreciate it. We'll put something together. A lot of people learn from you today, not just us, but people who listen. So yeah,
And look me up on YouTube too, because when you guys come down, I'm gonna do a podcast with you guys. If you don't mind. I got a new podcast.
See, you ain't saying nothing but a word.
It's called The Good, the Bad, and the Money.
Word. Okay. Good, the bad, and the money.
Yeah, because anything good happening, got some money to do with it.
Nah, for sure.
Anything bad happening, got some money going on with it.
We got it. Right. For sure. We definitely go out there.
Yeah, all right, we on it then.
Yeah, so you guys come out, I'm going to interview you guys, and that'll be good. At the distillery, and I'm going to have y'all making some liquor.
Oh, shit. I'm with that for real. Now, me and Dog with it, I don't know. My man, he might be. Me and Dog with it for
You
sure.
gonna learn. You hold the camera.
I'll do that. I'll be cameraman for the day.
Right, no doubt.
You gonna hear me though?
Right, you sure you gonna hear me.
All right, guys.
Nah, for sure. Thank you again. This is Vanessa Braxton, man. Make sure you check her out. I know y'all all learned a lot. Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, peace out.
Peace out. Oh, we good. You can sleep right there. Yeah. It's just the headphones in case you need the headphones.
You know that's right. New York is good for breaking shit.
Hey, look, I got too many wires over there. So.
Shout out to the ladies. A lot of ladies out here today.
There's a lot of ladies out here, man. Ladies love the light bass. Bring my camera back. Turn it this way for me a little bit. There you go. Not that far. Go, keep going. There we go. All right, we good.
A couple different things going on. We had
what up, though? You know I was gonna be here. Wherever they pile in this liquor, you know I'm here, though. Don't even worry about it. You know I'm here. What's good with you? Oh shit, that's okay. He got on the black bottles, like we don't even know what. Now it's 4. I thought it was only 3. All right, for sure.
No, I got the 2 one right there. And this is my special release is 4.
I didn't know it was 4. I thought it was only 3. Oh yeah, you can see a little bit.
Do I need pictures on?
No, if you can hear, you good?
Let me see. I want to feel special.
I just got mine on so I can hear it like clearly.
Okay.
Make sure the sound coming through. You know.
No, okay, yeah. I can hear good.
All right, we good, man. Let me bring your camera back.
Are we going to talk about these 2 or what?
We can talk about everything you want to talk about.
Let's talk about these 2 and then we come there.
All right, I got you.
We already trumped the first one, so we go to the next.
You found it? Got your phone. Got your phone. That's what I'm talking about. All right, we back live in the building, man. You already know what it is, man. This is BBW, man. Everybody loves BBW beers, bourbon, whiskey. The podcast whole gang is in the building. Got my man Angry Principal holding it down.
What's up?
Got my man Sean holding it down for both.
Man. What's up? I say.
Right. I'm sorry. That's what my other co-hosts normally say, but he's not here. That's why it was funny, dog. And of course, man, it's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205, man. Red Zone, baby. We in the building, dog. So we got Glenn in the building. Now, I done talked to Glenn already about John Lee Hooker. All right, so I got a whole backstory. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the whole backstory tonight, but I'm going to let him talk a little bit about the spirits that he has here, the influence behind these spirits, and some new expressions that he has here. Again, live at the Taste of Black Spirits. It's on you, bro. Tell the people who you are.
How you doing, dog? Hey, my name is Glenn Thomas. I'm the founder and CEO of John Lee Hooker Legacy Spirits, and I feel thank you for having me. I'm a child of Detroit, but I moved away at 5, went to Oakland. I went to the Detroit to the West Coast. So I've always had a connection to the city, and when I created this brand, I had to make sure I brought it back to Detroit, because this is where my grandfather started at, John Lee Hooker.
No doubt.
He's from Mississippi, but he got a start up here in Detroit. And the company, the bourbon is called Boogie Chillin' Bourbon. The company is John Lee Hooker Legacy Spirits. Boogie Chillin' is a word or name that I got from his first #1 song.
Okay. So Boogie Chillin'?
So Boogie Chillin'.
Okay.
Boogie Chillin' came out in 1948, the first blues song to go #1 on the music charts. So I call my bass, my alpha, I call it 1948. So I'm always going at 1948. It's 100 proof, bottled in bond.
So yeah, so before when they had it out, remember it was 100 proof. It's bottled in bond now. Okay, yeah. So it wasn't before.
Right.
And that's a funny story. You don't know what you don't know. They told me bottled in bond, and I'm like, okay. But when I was doing this, I've never done this before, so I had so many other different things to worry about, boxes and this and that, and I forgot to tell the printer, or not the printer, the designer, to put bottled in bond on it. So once we got there to the distillery, and they said, hey, Glenn, you ain't got bottled in bond. I'm like, oh yeah, bet. Let me see if they can before they run them. I get it. The printer, my designer told me 6 weeks. Okay, we'll put bottle in the bond on the next one.
Right, exactly. No,
so you know, it was important to me to have bottle in the bond because when I created this, I created it strictly for 100 proof because I want to be as authentic as possible because I'm a bourbon head. I love bourbon. I have a collection of probably 300 bottles.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And you know,
I got about 20.
And I got bottles and all over. And I don't got people might say I got trophy bottles, but I drink everything. Because the distiller, going through this process, I talk to distillers, and distillers make it to be drunken. So, you know, during COVID, I bought all these blend bottles, right? I wanted to create I wanted to get all the tops.
All the tops, right.
So I got all the tops, and now I got all these blend bottles and all these other things, and I love them, but you know, now I share them with people. Yeah. People, like I got a buddy who never had blends for his birthday. I gave him bottle blends for his birthday. I gave, you know, whatever. I think bourbon should be shared. And so
for sure.
With my bourbon, I wanted it to be something that you could share because remember that old song, When Did You Fall Into Hip Hop? What was that called? What movie was that?
Brown Sugar. Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar. When did you first fall in love with hip hop? I first fell in love with bourbon on my 21st birthday with John Lee Hooker. Because my grandfather, she wanted to have a moment with his eldest grandson turned 21. He said, I called him. He knew I was calling. I needed some money because I'm broke. I'm in college. And he told me, I said, I'm coming to see you. He said, why you coming to see me? It ain't my birthday.
Right.
I said, listen here, old man, I'm coming to see you. You know why I'm coming to see you. So
right, you know what it is.
Let's not even play this game. So I get out there and he poured me, he said, you old enough to have a drink with the old man now. Because he never, you know, my grandfather, I never would have drunk in front of him, smoked, you know, I smoked weed. I would never do that in front of my grandfather or my mother.
Right.
It just would never do that.
Right, for sure.
And so he wanted to have a drink with me. I'm like, hey, granddad, I got some bad news for you. I done had a drink before in my life.
Right. This ain't the first one.
He said, listen here, boy. Your mama already told me I know what you're doing up there. So, you know, I had that bourbon with him. He poured me 2 fingers and a splash of water, straight old school.
For sure.
And, you know, I was so intelligent and so grown, man. I said, hey, what a Coke Ice at? and then the way they looked at me, my grandfather never looked at me with disappointment before.
Straight disappointed.
So I said, wow. And so I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this to get it over with. I'm going to rush through it to get over with. And I tell you, so I just shot it. I just did.
And you ain't never in your life supposed to shoot though.
It was some old Forester. It was over 100 proof, whatever it was, some devil cutter. I don't know what it was. But it burnt my chest pretty bad.
Right.
And I went from having no hair on my chest to like
all hair.
I look like Jim Brown. I could have been a slaughtered 3 the hard way out of old school movies, you know.
The hard way. It's crazy.
So after that, I said, I don't want no more. He said, well, you haven't had a drink with me. I said, I drunk it. I want my money now.
Yeah.
He said, well, you can leave if you don't want to have a drink with me.
Right. A proper drink.
Yeah, cold word for you. I'm not going to give you no money.
Right.
Yeah, because I couldn't make it home because I was dead broke. And I rode on fumes up the hill.
You had a gas
I'm praying I could make it up the hill. So he poured me another glass and he walked me through drinking it. He told me to take a couple of those small drinks, told me relax. And he did this, and at the end of it, I'm like, wow, this is pretty good.
Right.
And he said, that's life, boy. And I'm like, what you mean that's life? He said, your first drink, you was anxious, you was rushing, you crashed and burned. He said, that second drink, you took your time, you savored it, and you went into it. That's life, boy. Slow down and take your time.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's real shit, right?
I thought about something else.
And like, I did this podcast last year, the guy said, he dropped a bar on you. I said, bro, that bar went over my head because I was like, I'm ready to go.
Right.
And money? Yeah, I wanted the money. It didn't register until I was 25.
Right.
Until I was 25, I had a child, I'm living life, working in corporate America, and doing all of this. And I called him one day. I said, Granddad. I said, Granddad.
I ain't mad at you one day.
I said, I get it, Granddad. I get it now. He said, get what? He said, when you told me to slow down, enjoy life, he said, I said that to you. He said, yeah, boy, you always rush to slow down and hung up on me. So after that, I wanted to know my grandfather. I didn't know him as a man. So we'll go over there, we would drink bourbon and just get to know him. He told me all his stories and all of this. And, when people talk about the movie Sinners, a lot of that was taken from his life, I said, take out the vampires, but it might have been vampires. He might have skipped over that part.
It might have been some vampires.
But, 14, he left home, moved up to Memphis because he didn't want to do his drink, wanted to play his music. And so, with me, I was really serious about this. So, I took 2 years and put a lot of time and research into this. So, like I said, the first one, you guys tasted the first one, right?
Yeah, no doubt. So and I've had the cash strength too. So, but we go have some of that though, because they haven't had none.
So the first one was 100 proof, 1948.
Yep.
This new one that's coming out is called Boom Boom. Everybody know Boom Boom.
Y'all ready?
And I tell people the Boom Boom Room came from John Lee Hooker's Boom Boom. All these boom booms.
You really got sent to a shot. I'm gonna be a double.
Because of that, so I thought of every release is gonna be central to his music career. Either gonna be a song or something related to him.
Right.
And Boom Boom, this is cash straight out the barrel. This one right here, man, quit cheating, man. We just buried our beef, man. Just quit cheating.
I'm sorry. I had this the other night. I was anxious.
Okay, so we got Nisha from Bougie Vodka.
So you take that, go ahead and smell it and get into it. I'm not gonna teach you old heads how to do it.
He gonna smell it.
I had the pleasure of tasting both.
He ain't gonna know.
I'm gonna smell it, but
I shouldn't be mixing. This is not.
I'm saying he gonna know what fruit it was. I think I caught dog off guard when I knew what it was though.
I must say.
And let me tell you a secret. When you smell it, you smell like that. Now smell your arm.
Ricky got me messed up.
Now smell it again.
Because he got this little tea. He like, you got me mixing with the tea. And it's dangerous.
We dropping bars, brother. We doing education today, brother.
I got this from you. I knew what it was because of you.
So I got orange, apricot, cherry, vanilla, caramel, a little vanilla.
You don't get that corn up in there?
Hold on.
It was really, really good.
It's a dustiness, so that might be the corn.
And we have Miss Bougie behavior.
It's a little floral in it.
No, but open your mouth. When I smell it, open your mouth.
We
Let's
had
see.
several different cocktails. Now I'm allergic to mango, so I didn't try that.
Some floral. I just can't catch it.
That peach.
So this right
But
here.
that's complex. That's got a lot to it. But it came out so quickly. A lot of times we be sitting here trying to figure it out. All this stuff started popping off really fast. So
For once, I caught the apricot off rip. And I normally don't. I ain't gonna lie. When he was like, asked me what it was. I was like, shit. I thought I was wrong. I was like, no, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, this probably sounds strange, but I think it's African. He was like, that's it. I was like, shit. I learned that shit from y'all.
You know, and so, you know, with cask strength, thing I like about cask strength, because you get everything out of that barrel the way it came out. You know, and people always say,
Where
Shake your hand.
you know what, we
That's
don't
good shit, ain't it? That's good shit.
we go, you know, to me, I always tell people, you know, every tree is different, right? You might have an oak tree that's next to a cherry tree, so you're gonna pick up that. It might be next to an apricot tree, so you're gonna pick up whatever is in that area. And that's the great thing about bourbon, and that's what I love about cask strength. But we really gonna get into some funk right now because.
It's easy.
Okay, hold on.
Very smooth. Probably the smoothest.
Your cask strength, to me, is better than your 100.
Yes. I can accept that.
And I think it's the barrel. It's the notes of the barrel that I'm getting out of the cask more than I'm getting out of your 100.
And I'm glad you said it. I always tell people say, oh, it's smooth. I think it's smooth. You know, all these brands talk about smooth. And it'd be like 84 proof and all that.
Like, of course it's smooth.
It's been watered down. It's been cold. You know, all this filter stuff you got to go through it. Because they don't filter it once you get anything under, I think, is 94 proof. You have to do these type of filtering to it. Or else you're going to have all that cloud in your whiskey.
Yeah, and it got a hell of a hug on it.
Yeah,
It does.
A hell of a hug. It's lasting for a while.
Okay, like I'm at the break my on these. So and also too, even though this man been crazy to me and did me wrong,
Ain't nobody been crazy to you, man.
you know, I got a collab coming out with a major brand. We ain't gonna, we're not gonna say the brand yet, but it's a major brand. I mean, American brand. Because, you know, when I think of bourbon, like I think I told you, I pick bourbon because bourbon is the only true American spirit. Right. So my granddaddy is American legend, American icon. When people say they got it out the mud, ain't nobody got out the mud more than him.
Right. No,
Mississippi. So,
right. Mississippi mud.
Mississippi mud. So,
What you said, you do still taste that afterward, like.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's the long hug. Yeah.
I got some craziness for you now.
See, I'm just starting like drinking bourbon whiskey because of Easter God.
Oh, you did? Okay.
So like I'm still new to all this. Like, I'm smelling and tasting this.
No, for sure.
Okay, everybody, he got too much in his. Get a new cup.
Oh yeah, I got too much in here.
Yeah.
This is a sip for the rest of the night.
Yeah, so
I poured that up for the rest of the night. I wasn't trying to down it. I know better than that.
I got 4 single barrels coming out, honoring my grandfather's things that he. I already told you, right?
You told me already.
I'm trying to figure out what it said when I'm saying it. But fuck it, I said it. I'm honoring guitars that my grandfather played. My grandfather played guitars.
Speaking of which, you said that something that you told me that I didn't know. Is it on this bottle or that?
What?
The strings of the guitar.
Oh yeah, on the side of the bottle. Fill on the side of the bottle. And then all the bottles gonna have those.
Okay.
Right here. There's 6 strings on the guitar. Right here in the middle of it, right above the end in the middle, that's his favorite guitar. It's called Blondie.
I didn't notice that at first.
So
now that's a lot of detail. That's a lot of detail in the label.
Feel the label, the texture. You know,
that's a lot of detail in the label.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't. You know,
it's like a guitar for real.
Here's
that's
the thing
crazy.
about it.
Yeah. He pointed this shit out to me. Yeah.
If I wanted to just come out with something quick, whatever, I would have came out with some basic juice. I wouldn't have really chasing down, but I went to Bar Sound and got the best juice out there. And the label and all of that, because my grandfather, they called him Mr. Cool, Mr. Style. My grandfather never was out without a suit. He always wore a suit. He didn't wear a tie all the time, but he had a tie in his pocket, so if he had to throw it on. But he had the suit and silk shirt on, and he'd roll out on you, and with his hat. So I couldn't just do something that was not up his level, regular nigga. So like when I explain to people, when people say, "Oh, your price point," I'm like, yeah, you know what? I I can give you something cheap, but then you're gonna talk about me.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But I'm giving you juice that a lot of people can't give you. I'm giving you a bottle and label that most of us don't do.
No, for real.
And, you know, there's a lot of brands, but a lot of them just throw a square label on there. You feel it, and it feels like
it's gonna slide off.
It's just gonna slide off. You're gonna slide off.
Right.
So you know, I wanted something to where when it sit on your bar, it's gonna stand out. So in the tribute to him, I'm coming out with. I'm honoring 4 guitars that my grandfather played. So I got 4 single barrels. These single barrels are all 8.5 and some change. These are the first lot of barrels from Bardstown Bourbon Company. Okay. Bardstown Bourbon Company, their barrels started turning 9 years old. What month are we in?
October. 9. We're in September. So 9 months in.
They started turning 9 years old September. Mine turned 9 years old in November. Okay. So that's that first lot. I sat down and talked to the distiller who made this, Steve Nealon. And he was like, or Steve Nelly. Steve was like, oh, these are my first ones. And he said, I'm at Bardstown, I just bottled and did all this stuff. He said, can I taste them? I said, you better taste them.
So you better taste this shit.
So I rolled all 4 single barrels. And the reason, and people don't realize, you guys are going to taste this and you're going to trip. Because everyone is different. Everyone is different. But they all was distilled and bottled the same day. But they're all different. So let's go through this one first.
What's going on, man?
So, you look honest. Can you do me a favor? Hey, look, you look honest. Can you pour them a little sample? Give each other a little sample, just a little bit. Can we sample it? We got that's good right there.
We sample.
Don't do us like that.
We going through.
Black Radio.
We got 4 of these.
I'm sorry.
Can you pour me? Okay, so this one right here. Let me see real quick. So this right here was one of my grandfather's favorite guitars. It's called Gibson ES. I've been drinking a little bit.
Right,
ES 355.
I feel like it's a little more vanilla in this one. Yeah.
So let me tell you about this one right here.
Okay. Not as much as the citrus, but
okay. I got you.
More vanilla and caramel, more the natural stuff. I was trying to wait. You tasted it already?
Yeah.
Go ahead, you go and taste it.
It's closer to the classic. Some of your classic notes on this one.
So this one right here is 123.6 proof.
Well, that was my next question.
Hey, look. The way that motherfucker shot up like those, I know that's what it was. Damn.
Everybody open me up.
So,
But like,
you have
evaporate so quick though.
Now you have to take your time on these right here. But you know.
Oh no, this is fire though.
And I want you to remember the notes. Remember, everything was bottled the same day. So with this right here, we're gonna do this is.
I'm gonna tell you something. Not citrus, but orange peel, maybe.
That might be it.
Orange peel, yeah.
Kind of like your old fashioned.
Like old fashioned orange peel, yeah.
Just a little spritz in it.
Nah, for sure. Yeah, like orange peel, a little bit of bitterness.
And so this one right here, like I said, with this, and each bottle, like I said, it's gonna be limited release. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do a collab with Gibson. We're gonna get it out there, but it's gonna be limited release single barrel. But this is something that I want to put out there and see how people like it, and then make it a regular thing. So my goal is to do single barrels for my Whiskey Club members. So go to JohnLeeHookerLexSpirit.com, sign up for our newsletter.
Go grab my phone.
And go, and get it, and join and get on our mailing list to get to know about these.
For sure.
So this first one, so that was ES 355. That was 123.6. So I'm gonna go right down the line.
Okay.
What is your cash stuff coming in?
109.
It's 109.
109. Yeah.
Oh no, we going to deep water now.
That's where we want to be.
This right here is called his Epiphone Zephyr. This is one of the first guitars that he played. He played this whatever, and he started playing everything. But the Zephyr is the one of the ones, his core.
Okay.
And every bottle, if you look on there, in every bottle I write a story.
Right.
A personal story about me and my grandfather. And on these I talk about the guitars and what I remember about the guitars. So don't let him pour it, okay?
No, I can't do too much. I ain't gonna lie to you. That's tough shit. That's tough.
You, my man, he tapped out.
Oh, no, he just went to go grab my phone.
So this one right here,
Marcel checking in. What up, though?
what's up? This one right here.
This is honey. This honey off rip. Honey I got off of it.
This is light work. This is only 122.8.
Okay, I can see. Yeah, maybe. It's definitely sweeter.
Yeah. Not as harsh on the tongue either.
But the crazy thing about it, it's all the same man.
All the same thing, yeah.
Everything the same. Only thing different is the barrel.
It's sweet, but I think it's cut with a little char though, so there's some char in there. It's a little spicy at the end.
That is a question I got for you. Do you request what level char you want on your barrels, or you just going in and saying?
I like 3 or 4.
Okay.
I like 3 or 4 char because I do like that char. You know, I'm laying down some new feel, and I'm gonna play with some tunes for some of my weeded. So I'm gonna lay down some weeded stuff. So like weeded.
Yeah, we live.
And
go ahead and dance to the camera.
You know, I want to go ahead and do all that. So I'm glad you asked that because this is something. I mean, this is a learning experience for me. I'm learning every day. So like I said, the Zephyr right here. Like I said, that was him. He probably on Boogie Chillin'. He probably was playing a Zephyr on him when he did Boogie Chillin'. So I wanted to honor that one. Okay.
Yeah, it's a little more burn on this one though. It's a little. I guess it's char.
I guess it's the char. I like this on this one more than I like the first one.
You like this
I like
one?
this one better.
And see, that's
That
the
char.
thing about it.
I like the first one.
See,
I like the first one.
That's what I love about this.
Yeah, I like the first one.
Because
I do like the sweetness of this one, but I like the. I don't know. I like the first one. I guess because it's more classic. Like
and see, now this one right here. This one right here is one of the acoustic guitars that he played.
Okay.
It's called the SJ200. Gibson just re-released this guitar. Mm-hmm. They started this thing at $9,000. This guitar right here.
Damn, for real?
Yeah. Oh, it's not here. Because like we have the guitar, right? Okay. And somebody asked my mother, "Come on, man. Your job is not to lay no whore." So somebody asked my mother, like, would you want to sell it, right? And she said, no, I want to sell it. He said, you wouldn't take $40,000 for it? She said, no, I want that. So that guitar that we had, this burgundy one, is called the SJ200. And the reason, and I'm gonna let you go. This one right here is this is my favorite.
Okay.
And I picked this when I went through the barrels because this is the guitar. When we was at home, when I was a kid, when we was at home, I always at his house. Because he moved us from Detroit to California. And when we moved to California, we all lived in his house with him. Until we went into our own, got our own house. My mother and them got our own house. But he would, when we would get around the house making a bunch of noise and causing problems, he would make it, because my granddad didn't whoop us. He just talked to us crazy. He never whooped us.
Right.
But he would make us sit down and he would play the guitar. And he would play this acoustic guitar. Trying to make us go to sleep. So this right here is like, this one right here is my thing right here. And you would know,
I don't off the nose. I don't get nothing but caramel. Like I got some caramel, but like that's really it.
Okay, this is the winter. This is the one I was sipping in the winter. Whereas the second one I was sipping in the summer.
But guess what?
This is the winter one.
And guess what the proof on this one is?
About 115 at least.
125.3.
Damn, it's working. It's higher than the other two.
This is the highest
Couldn't
fruit.
tell.
And that's why I picked it. That's why I picked this as my favorite.
Couldn't tell. But this is definitely in the winter. I'm sipping this one in the winter.
And you notice, we done drunk 3 of these single barrels, none of them the same.
None of them same. Right.
So he pulled that.
Good. Oh, let me, you got it? Yeah.
Sorry. You wouldn't have got some more.
All right, we got it. We good.
He gave me the dry ice. Oh, I'm like, oh, you got it. It's smoky.
No, it's good though. I didn't think it was the highest proof. That's crazy.
It's the highest proof.
That's sneaky.
Man, yeah, that's sneaky.
That's sneaky.
Would not
That's
have
too
guessed
smooth.
that.
Now, say that's SJ 200. Now, the last one, guitar heads love this guitar. It's called the Les Paul Gold Top.
Okay.
And Les Paul is known for guitars and all of that. And when my grandfather, when he went over to Europe, and he met the young group called the Rolling Stones and all of them, and they were playing all that hot stuff. So you know, they learned from him. They followed him. So you know, he said, "Hey, let me try this." So he's doing that Les Paul, and that Les Paul was that fire, right? It's that rock and so that's what this one right here. This is that. And this one right here, the Les Paul, this might be the lowest proof, 122. But watch how when you taste it.
The fact that you said 122 is the lowest. I know, right? Like 122 is still high.
But the thing is, like I said, I wanted to do something for these single barrels. These are for my collectors. These are for the people with guitar heads. These are for the people who really love bourbon.
The notes are the same.
Tell me about the notes. What's that?
So I want to see.
You say notes, like the notes are
The smells, yeah.
How y'all be deciphering like that? Like, y'all be getting all these different
From experience?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, if you haven't had a lot, that's the only way I'm able to gauge it off of some other shit I smell. That's like,
I'm trying on this one. This one's a little harder.
Huh?
It's a little harder for me to pick the notes out on this.
Yeah, but like I said, but this one right to me is only 120. Only 122.
Right, only 122. In comparison to that.
But to me,
This might be my favorite one.
This is that rock right here. This is that rock shit right here. Where when he wanted to play them hard, funky notes, he played that Les Paul.
My favorite one. Taste wise.
I'm still on number 2.
I'm still on number 1. I'm on number 1.
My favorite is 1 and this.
Yeah, I like number 1.
1 and 4 is my favorite one.
So you like the Zephyr.
That's one.
You like the EJ.
That's the number 1?
Yeah.
I like 1 and 4.
See, my order when I did it,
I say 1, 4, 3, 2.
my favorite was 3, 1, 2, and 4.
You got 4 last? Yeah, I got 1, 4.
But see,
3, 2.
but a lot of people bring that 4 up there. They like that's the beautiful thing about bourbon. Everybody got a different palate. Ain't no wrong answer.
That's exactly what it is.
The only wrong answer is when you don't buy Boogie Chillin' Bourbon.
Y'all out here? See y'all later. Thank y'all for coming. God bless you. Good night. I'm drunk by now. Shit. Ain't no, we keeping it 100. Ain't no tablecloths. We outside. Peace out, y'all. Outside. You hear me?
So to me.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. When we first reviewed the first one, the Boogie
1948.
We said that we liked the juice. We enjoyed it. Didn't know it was from Bardstown. Had no clue that that's where it was sourced. We liked the juice.
It was the price point.
It was the price point. That was it. Talk to me about the reasoning behind it, because I want to understand the story.
Okay, the first one.
I gave him a little bit of the story.
The first one first came out. My grandfather passed at 112.
Okay.
So I did it at 112. And I knew I was only going to do it at 112 for the first part. Then I brought it down to $99.
Okay.
And to me, you can go get a bourbon for $40 and you can get some good bourbon. But I can't give you a bottle for $40, $50. the juice is from Bardstown. And if you look at other brands that come out of Bardstown, none of them.
Right, it's that price.
Yeah, that's what they pay.
I feel you.
And like I said, if I wanted to go a little cheaper, I could have proofed it down to 90, 92 proof.
Yeah.
But then would that be something I wanted? No.
Right.
I wanted something for bourbon head. And I feel I'm giving you juice that you're not going to be able to get everywhere.
Right.
And, you know, like I said, you know, every day for me, my everyday bourbon, it used to be EH Taylor.
Okay.
But then it got crazy.
Yeah.
EH Taylor used to be $40-something, but it got crazy. So that used to be my everyday juice. Now my everyday juice is now probably Knob Creek 9 year or Wild Turkey. Mm-hmm. So I love.
That's mine.
And like I said,
red breed is a monster. Yeah, red breed is a monster.
And I love that red breed.
Yeah, for sure.
And like I said, I can't compete with them. If you want that, go get it. But I can give you what I can give you. I can't give you the price because I'm not producing 100 million barrels a year.
Right, now facts.
I have to go get it.
And the reason I'm asking is that helps me. We have a question on the show of would you replace the bottle?
Bro, what?
Would you replace the bottle? Once you go through it, would you replace it? Mm-hmm. And we said because of the price point, at the time we weren't. We said no. But now that I'm understanding the story and the reason behind it, that gives me more reason to say, okay, yeah, I'll replace that.
I had this conversation with this guy in Nashville, right? I went to Fawn Weaver invited me up to Uncle Near's for Spirit on the Rise in April 2024. And so I'm in a cigar lounge in Nashville, and I'm excited because my bourbon ain't even out yet. But I'm at this big whiskey thing or big spirit thing on these other brands. And so I get my bottle with me because I call it my American Express. Normally you see me, I got a bottle. So I'm in.
Don't go nowhere without it. Don't leave home without it. Yeah.
And so, I can say what I want to say on here, right?
For sure, you already know that.
So I'm in the cigar lounge and I'm sitting up in it. I'm in there, and this guy walk up and I talk to everybody, right? I'm from Oakland, and I was so you see another black man, you speak to him. And so I'm talking to this guy, and he's telling me, he said, "Where you here for?" I said, "I'm here for this, and I got a bourbon brand." He said, "You got a bourbon brand that's any good, right?" I said, "Let's say less, bro." So I went to the table with him, right? It was 6 people at the table, including myself.
No, I work for
3 white guys and 2 black guys, right? So I poured the bourbon, and we drinking it, right? And they were like, "Oh, it's good, like liking it." And so they said, "How much it costs?" I told them. And so the white guy, one of the white guys said, "Hey, can I order it right now?" He ordered it on the website, right? And like the first black guy who approached me and him talking, he said, "I love it, bro." He want to bring it into his hotel. I said, "I'm not in Tennessee yet, but he and I stayed in contact, and we're gonna bring it up and we're gonna bring it in there." The other guy, say he's from Cali. You know, I'm from Cali, so
now you from Detroit.
I'm Detroit, but
he's from Detroit.
He was in
LA.
LA.
Let you have Cali a little bit.
He was an LA dude, right? And so he said, "I like it, but you know, the price point for me, right?" I said, "I get it, right?" I said, "Let me be real with you, bro. I've been in real estate and all this year. I might not be for you, and I'm good with that." But he said, "Well, you know, you can price it like a Corolla, right? A Toyota Corolla Camry. Toyota Camry." That was the example he gave me. And I'm like, "Okay, let's go." I said, "What you drive?" I said, "I drive BMW 7 Series." I said, "Okay." I said, "And that's a nice Gucci belt you got on, right?"
Right. So nigga, buy this liquor, nigga.
No, but I told him, I said, you know
buy what you like.
I said, "Listen here, man. I buy my belts from TJ Maxx and Marshalls because it's a belt. It's holding my pants and it's gonna be covered.
Right.
So I buy what I want to buy. But you're gonna spend that money on that BMW. You don't know when it's juice." I said, if I put a different label on this, would you buy it?" Right. He got kind of quiet. I said, "So
the quality of the juice is worth it." Yeah.
I said, "So yeah, I get it."
For
I
sure.
said, I said, if you can't afford it, I get that, bro.
Yeah.
But don't try and downplay me and you wearing a $500 belt
Facts.
and you driving a $70,000 car.
Facts.
That's all made by some European dude.
No doubt.
And so, you know, I stand on it. I want to put out a quality product. You know, as I get further along in this, like I said, this one now, I'm bringing it down to $89.
No, for sure.
Because now I'm pushing more out. I'm buying more barrels. So now I can bring my return down. My boom gonna be at 99 now.
Yeah.
You know, and this is the hard part for me. I kind of want to bring a lower proof SKU, but it's just like I was like the Antichrist.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do that.
What you have is quality.
Yeah, no, but the only reason I was thinking about 90 proof or 90 something is for cocktails. Okay. But then again, I think a good bourbon makes a better cocktail.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So, you know.
Yeah, don't do it.
And you already see, I went higher. So
right, go higher.
I went higher.
That's it. 100 should be your lowest, for sure. I would say.
So this is, I'm glad we had a chance to talk. It actually helped me change my mind on some things about it. So I appreciate it.
I'm glad you asked the question. And like I said, a lot of people, you know, this entrepreneur shit is not easy. It's not for the weak.
Right.
Like, you know, this comedian named David Arnold Jr. Or I think it was David Arnold. I think it was David Arnold, but he went by the second or something. But David Arnold, he passed away last year.
Okay.
Go look him on Netflix. I mean, his brother was brilliant.
Yeah.
And he said, this ain't for the weak. This entrepreneurship ain't for the weak. Yeah. If I can give my people a quality bourbon at a discount price of $40, $50, I would do it.
Right.
But are y'all going to put the money into my company to allow me to go out and buy 1,000 barrels?
1,000 barrels at a time,
to
right?
Get that barrel price down.
Right.
Are you going to invest in me to give me the product where I can buy 60,000 labels at a discounted rate?
Yeah.
So I'm scaling up. This is me. I'm 100% owner. I'm sorry. My mother is my part co-owner.
Right. There you go.
And she always reminds me.
I was gonna say you better say it. You better say it.
But you know, this is family owned. You know, I walked away from a successful real estate practice and mortgage practice to do this.
Right.
Because my family sold my grandfather's publishing, and I had a couple of choices. Either I can go and try and hurt my family for selling my granddad's publishing, or I can do something different and try and get it back. So my goal,
not hurt the family.
My goal is to
cross your mind,
Well, I got a bad connection. When you got Detroit and Oakland, that's a bad connection.
Right.
But you know, my goal is, when I started this, is to be able to purchase my grandfather publishing back and give it to my grandkids.
For sure.
Because my kids, I'll give my kids a hard time. I'm not doing this for you.
Right. Doing it for your kids.
I'm doing it for my grandkids.
Yeah.
Because my grandfather he did it for his kids, and I see how they fucked it up. And I'm doing it for my grandkids because my grandkids gonna understand the importance of it.
Yeah, they gonna respect it.
You know, and I give my sons a hard time. I got 2 boys. They know how this is. They know about legacy. Both of them are entrepreneurs. One is an insurance agent, one's a real estate agent.
Okay.
Very good, successful young man, smart. You know, never been in trouble. And to me, I was raised. I didn't have my father.
Right.
So when I became a father, I didn't have a blueprint. My blueprint was John Lee Hooker.
Right.
And I could, like I said, I could let the streets raise me, but I chose to let this old dude in a suit and a hat raise me.
And thank God he did. So now we got this juice.
And I'm too pretty for jail.
Well, Glenn, man, I'm glad you had a chance to sit down with all of us, because I had the opportunity, so I'm glad that like my partner had an opportunity to hear the story too. Because again, hearing that story, I think it adds validity to like what we thought about it anyway. Yeah, no, for sure.
No, and you know,
then knowing that these higher proofs are coming out, it's very exciting.
You know, look, real talk. I give you a hard time, and I told the czar, I'm like, I did my whole little thing, you know, I'm crying and crying. But you know, I get it. It can be that way.
For sure.
If you don't know, and that's why I say, if I can't explain what I'm doing, then I shouldn't be doing it.
Right.
And you know, it was intentional. We was at 112. We were gonna be at 112 for 2 months.
Yeah.
because like I said, my man passed at 112.
That was important for you, for sure.
And then I knew I wanted to be at that 99 price point because for me, my ROI and my margins, that's where I had to be at.
Right.
Because of the price I paid.
For sure.
And now I'm able to bring it down because the people are supporting me and helping me do what I need to do.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative. That's one thing about me. So you know me, I talk crazy, but
are you in Michigan?
Huh?
Are you able to sell in Michigan?
I'm in Michigan. I think Lazar. I don't know. Lazar.
I just haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it.
Look, we just got here. I think it's over at Park. I think Park Street.
Okay. Over in Southfield.
In Southfield.
Yeah,
we're there, but all my Detroit people, go into your favorite liquor store and tell them to order John Lee Hooker, Legacy Spirits, Boogie Chillin' Bourbon. We in the registry. That's the way I come up. I need my people to bring me up and request it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, I'm gonna tell you now, that cash strength is fire. I love it.
Yeah, cash strength fire though, for sure.
Y'all gotta buy my 48 or I'm not gonna give y'all the booking shit. Move on.
Well, Glenn, thanks for sitting down with us, man.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Oh yeah,
thank
no doubt, man. Thank you. And again, we are broadcasting live at the Taste of Black Spirits, Detroit, down at the Doubletree downtown. Looks like we might be wrapping up. Hopefully, because I'm buzzing like and I don't know if I can talk no more.
My man
I'm
over
trying to
there.
hold out. Right, Don and Johnny, he done tapped out.
I got phone calls.
He done tapped out.
You tapped out?
No, I tapped out.
He tapped out. I'm tapped out. We still got this little shot left.
Go ahead.
I'm trying to make sure that there ain't nobody else.
Look, I appreciate meeting you.
Nah,
Pleasure talking with
for
you.
sure. Always, though. Always, no doubt. Oh man, I think that might be it.
That's good, man.
Look, I'm proud of you. Look, I've been floating around here. I ain't been in my little tail.
You got somebody over there, right?
My Charlie, my Angels, Cleveland Angels gonna beat me up in a minute. The project ain't came to get me yet.
Yeah, you getting the word out, that's all.
Yeah, thank y'all though.
Still working?
No doubt. I guess we gonna wrap it up then.
Let's wrap it up.
Yeah, because I'm buzzing like man.
You know what? Come over there. I got a glass for you.
Oh yeah, John Lee Hooker glass.
Oh,
is it snippy like that or?
No, I'm not giving you this.
Really.
No, I ain't giving you this one.
Okay, it's a regular glass. I got you.
I'm gonna stay on this neck.
Oh, but he ain't got off the motherfucker since we met. I'm telling you. It's all good, though. I appreciate it, man.
So,
no doubt.
Yeah, come over there. I got a glass for you.
All right, I'm gonna head that way in a minute.
Okay.
Yo, so we down here live at the Taste of Black Spirits, man. Look like we wrapping up. I'm hella buzzed and we had a bunch of black spirits.
It's a happy Saturday.
This is a very happy Saturday, man. Thank everybody for checking in with us, dog. Wish y'all could have been here in person to really experience this, but maybe next year y'all will be back next year to check it out.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, they missed out, dog.
Missed out.
We got a chance to talk to Vanessa. the headphones. That's why I gotta get a tablecloth so I can cover up all these goddamn wires.
Break all your shit up, right?
Hey, look, we gonna need a bottle for that shit you told us. You know how we do.
That shit still works. I'm giving you a glass.
Right. It said take your glass and get the fuck out.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Yo, thank y'all for checking us out, man. Appreciate it as always. Shout out to my man Bo, who couldn't make it today, dog, but we represent for him. Shot set in for him, so we held it down for him, dog. Again, we down here live at the Taste of Black Spirits, making ready to wrap up and get up out of here. Thank y'all for joining us. Make sure you check out all the replays at www.everybodylovesbbw.com. So make sure you check us out, dog. We up out of here, dog. Till next time. You already know what it is. Everybody loves BBW. That's beers, bourbon, whiskey, the podcast. Oh, gang's in the building. Now we about to be out the building.
We out.
Got my man Avery Principal holding it down.
What you like, how you like.
For sure. Shout out to my man Bo. And of course, man, it's your boy Q Lewis holding it down live from the 48205, man. Peace out, y'all.
Damn, Q. Maybe you did that.